fans who are definitely not going to enjoy that. So I get why people, they resist. Like, I am skeptical of this dude as a football player. But then when you hear him talk and you actually like watch any of the content he puts on YouTube, yeah, when he's playing the game, he's, hitting the wristwatch and all that stuff. People get mad about that. That's football though, man. Like, that's,
you got to have some swag on the field. Like, if you're going to survive out there, you got to have some passion behind it. And the wrist thing is that's his thing. Like, everybody got their thing, and that's just his thing.
This is him working the drive-through as fans come through, and they know he's there. This is a little conversation.
Hold on real quick. Hey, Joe Flacco ain't.
No, back of my man, bro.
Yeah, but I like Shador more, though. You feel me?
Yeah, that's my man, bro.
Hey, you take it easy, though, boss.
Appreciate y'all, sir. Let me see y'all. Yeah. Definitely.
I mean, he handled that well. He didn't say, yeah, you're right. He said, no, I love Joe Flacco.
Yeah, no, Joe. First of all, Joe Flacco is fine. Like, hey, first of all, Joe Flacco had the city of Cleveland in the palm of his hand,
right?
When he, like 2 years ago. So I don't know why he would say that. I get that and that's the thing. As fans, people gotta be better at, like, because you root for somebody doesn't mean you have to root against the other person. Like that's we gotta stop tearing people down to try to build people up. Like it's unnecessary. You can be a fan of both. Like, I'm a fan of yours. I would love to see you be the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. Just leave it at that. You don't have to say that Joe is bad. Like,
no, I think you could probably. I know it's a competitive sport, and that's way. I think we've gotten to that point now in part because literally all you see in media when it comes to a player is this guy should play over that guy. This guy is better than that guy. Mm-hmm. Who's the top five? And we guilty of that. We do that all the time here. Who's the top 5 quarterbacks in the league? Who's the top 5 defensive ends in the league? That's every bit of content you've seen for the last 4 months since football season ended. And you know what? When baseball season ends, they're going to do that with baseball. Other than all the hot stove stuff, everyone ranks the players. So now it's not like I think either of them have their pluses and minuses and could be good for this team. It's no. You have to have a take on it. So this guy is trash. That guy is a god. And and if you argue with me on that, then I want to fight you in the street. And it just, I think that might be, like,
you don't have to talk about Michael Jordan fans like that, T-Bone.
Wow.
Fine.
Wow.
Let him live.
Like I said, I enjoy it too, occasionally. But to your point, I don't think that's how I would guess in a pro sports locker room, there is some of that where you're like, well, it better be me over him. I want to be the guy.
Yeah.
But if it's not you do want to then, the next goal I would hope is to win.
Yes.
Right? And so if you're constantly like, man, I hope that guy sucks, that's not helping anybody win.
Yeah, no. Usually it's you befriend a lot of people in your position group. Although you're competing, y'all are still friends. So, you still want to root for the guy and you want to root for the success of the team. If any other thing, I don't know why you even, because winning is usually the ultimate goal. So,
Yeah.
But I get people want to be on the field, and the quarterback is weird because there's only one. Me with DB, it was 2 of us. So there you go.
Yeah. They had a little more room.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
But it was always,
and you rotate in and out. That's a different position,
But it's always like the game of football is a violent game. People get dropped like flies all the time. So for me, when I wasn't a starter, it was always me preparing and being ready just in case.
Yeah, because there's a very good chance you'll get to play.
Yeah.
See, I like this. We're coming to some camaraderie, unity. I like that. Speaking of that, a player that everyone can root for, we have some bad news for Caitlin Clark fans. Talk about her next. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Friday morning. Well, we are noticing a couple of traffic alerts pretty early on for your Friday commute. Over in Dublin, 270 westbound at Sawmill Road, we are still noticing a right shoulder blocked out there. Thankfully, police are on scene, but looking at our traffic cams, looks like a car went into a ditch. Speeding definitely a factor with this one. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Columbus Aesthetic and Plastic Surgery. Visit experiencecaps.com today and use code TYVISCAPS for $1,000 off a NeoGraft treatment.
For over 78 years, our family's been part of your love stories. At Diamond Seller, we offer bigger diamonds, better prices, and timeless designs for every chapter of your life. From your first yes to your forever I do, trust the jeweler who knows diamonds best. Visit Diamond Seller today.
Stay hydrated. It's hot out there. So my teenage son just went out in sweatpants and a hoodie. It's 98 degrees. At least I know he'll be cool in our house, thanks to Atlas Butler. If something goes wrong, they'll fix it within 24 hours. They call it their comfort pledge. Get too hot?
Hey, my phone.
Oh, your phone. Should have known.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. I know what it's like to be stuck in that cycle of pain where you're trying to get better. You keep going to the doctor, steroid shots, surgeries. Do not go down that road anymore. Go see my friends at QC Kinetics. They will help treat you without going under the knife and without the meds. QC Kinetics are the leaders in regenerative medicine to help your body heal itself. And I should know, I've been a client there, and they helped me with my knee get back to the running in the summer and going whitewater rafting and all of the things that you enjoy. And this is the critical part about my friends with QC. 92% of patients report satisfaction with their results. That's peace of mind. It's not just a number. They're trying to help you. They're the second opinion that you're looking for to keep you from getting under the knife. To find out if you're a good candidate, go check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus. The consultation is free, or call 380-2845-44. That's 380-2845-44. They have offices all over Central Ohio. So go check them out.
The sun is out and the savings are on at Coghlan Kia, Central Ohio's largest volume Kia dealer. Take up to $7,000 off MSRP on any new Kia EV in stock, or get up to $3,000 off MSRP plus 0% financing for 60 months. Visit CoglanKia.com.
Coghlan has the car for you.
Largest Kia dealer based on current ground stock at all 4 Coghlan Kia locations. 0% for 60 months equals $1,667 for 1,000 finance. All manufacturer incentives to dealer. Prior sales excluded. Dealer financing required. Residency restrictions may apply. See dealer for details. N73125.
Hi, this is Ron from the Good Feet store. Are you standing on painful feet all day? Don't lose hope. We want to help you live without pain. Discover your options and visit goodfeet.com. Or stop in today at the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway in Grove City.
Let's be honest, we could all use a little vacation from the ordinary. But with Tim Hortons' new refreshers, you don't need to pack your bags. Just sip, relax, and enjoy your refreshing 16-ounce vacation. With tropical mango packed with real pineapple and mango pieces, and strawberry watermelon kiwi featuring real pieces of strawberry and kiwi. Also, try it with lemonade or coconut milk. A choose-your-own taste bud adventure. Head to Tim's for the new refreshers. Your 16-ounce vacation awaits, only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants.
After an audit of our programming, the suits here at The Fan decided we needed more baseball. And that common man is stupid. Good news, we fixed one of those problems. Catch the Reds on The Fan all season long. Yay, baseball.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, HIMS can help. Through HIMS.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds, through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at HIMS.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs, with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but HIMS can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to HIMS.com/joy. That's HIMS.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Want to know anything about the Fan's contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Tyvis has a bum wrist from playing football. Bone has a bum wrist from opening the heavy doors at Sheetz. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
T-Bone and Tyvis is here, and before we talk about Caitlin Clark, I got to tell you about my guys over at Caps, because as a former pro athlete, confidence has always been a key for me on and off the field. I don't know if you could tell, I'm a very confident guy. That's why I chose Caps for my NeoGraft treatment. They've got a great reputation, and after doing my research, I knew I could trust the team right here in town. The staff was professional. They answered every question that I had, which I had a ton of them, and made the whole process smooth and stress-free. This wasn't just about hair. It was about investing in myself, which is something that a lot of people need to do. The results are natural. It fit into my busy schedule, because as you know, I go to Cleveland and do this, and I'm just always on the go. And I already feel more confident. Man, I feel like Denzel. Guys don't talk about this enough, but we should. Caps made it easy. They were judgment-free, and honestly, this has been one of the best decisions that I've ever made. Visit Caps today at experiencecaps.com.
If you are the chief people officer at your job, I do wonder if today you have to go home to your spouse and be like, just so you know, when I say I have a work function, it's not to go hang out with the boss and then potentially be at a Coldplay concert where we get caught in, I was going to say caught in 4K, but really they got caught in Coldplay. Is what they did. That's what happened. They just totally got.
I mean, this
got
were
right
they
on screen.
wearing their rings? Let me go look.
Well, that's a good question.
I'm not 100% sure she was married. He for sure is.
Well, that's the thing is. Bad enough if both were married, right? But even if one of them is, I can understand that, like, she might have had a thing for him, and that's his job is to say, sorry, honey, I can't. You're great, but I'm married, and I can't do that.
The freeze frame of them when they realized they own that Jumbotron. The look in his eyes is like.
Oh, it's yeah. It's like he just realized he's been standing on a railroad track and there is a freight train 20 feet away from him. Like it's completely deer in the headlights at that point. He has no idea what to do. And clearly because he ducked out of the screen after getting his entire face on the Coldplay camera and then giving everyone a real good look. AI, Grok, all this stuff, we can figure out very quickly who that guy is. And he gave him the great, here's my face, and then immediately ducked out of the way. She hides her face. Everyone figured out who this guy was. Apparently, he should have
just went with it. You should have just
give her a kiss, and no one would have Googled you. No one would have even thought of anything.
Just go with it.
Yeah,
just go with it.
So she's recently divorced, according to the New York Post.
See, there it is.
She's off the hook.
Yeah.
Andy Byron is the astronomer CEO, allegedly, who was caught at the Coldplay concert, and. Yeah, like we said, Tyvis is less of a guy who wants to get into grown people's business.
Yeah, I am. That's. I ain't see nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. That's our famous answer. I don't know what you're talking about.
There was a lot of groan. There was a lot of moan. There was a lot of everything going on with those two. It seems like. Let them live. Anyway, hope it works out for the best for those two. Maybe they'll. Maybe they'll write a book about this someday. A new way to find love. Caught at a Coldplay concert, and then you have to tell your spouse, sorry, I'm out. I found someone else. Sometimes you have to do it.
Well, if he really was unhappy in his marriage, he just got out of it.
Oh yeah, he's done. It's going to cost him.
Found a way to
it's going to cost him. Yeah. I mean, that's my thing. Just go tell the person, right? Just say, hey, I don't think it's working out between the two of us, and then go hang out at the Coldplay concert. That's all. That always worked that way.
What the worst part of all this for me was, if you go on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, the people in the reply saying, just because he was like holding her at a Coldplay concert doesn't mean they were having an affair.
Oh,
don't tell her. Listen, don't tell on yourself. Don't be in the comment section telling on yourself like this. Don't do that. Don't do that.
That is Simone Biles level of mental gymnastics. You are gold medal gymnastics on that one. See, if you think they are doing something.
I'm 31, so usually once you hit 30, the brain fully, develops. And I always like to put myself in other people's shoes. So my question was, if I seen this, for the people that's saying that doesn't necessarily mean that they're cheating. Put yourself in their position. Let's say that's your wife.
Yeah.
Hey, you see this on the internet.
And someone comes up and says, no. He was just keeping her warm. He's just keeping her warm.
You would be upset. You would be very upset.
All right, Caitlin Clark. She is unfortunately going to miss all the All-Star Game festivities for the WNBA. She had tweaked a groin injury that she had been dealing with all year. Now, apparently, that came back in the final minute of their game when they played the Sun earlier this week. She had to leave the game. She looked like she was holding back tears. Of course, the cameras, they had to zoom in on her and be like, I don't know why we do that with injured athletes. Let's show how miserable they are. But whatever, we're telling the story, I guess. Anyway, she then missed their next game, and it got announced that she's going to miss everything. This is in Indiana. This is an Indianapolis hosted event.
Yeah.
So she was going to participate in the three-point contest. Obviously, she was going to be in the All-Star game. I mean, I don't think this is what happened. I know that she's injured.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like nowadays, if you throw conspiracy theories out there, like you end up getting way more traction in media. So let me throw one out there that I know is wrong, but I'm just throwing it out there so everybody knows it exists. Caitlin Clark hears everybody talking about the WNBA. You know, she is good, but she's not the only reason people watch. People actually watch for a lot of different players. And maybe at some point she goes, well, is that how you feel? Okay. All-Star game, Indianapolis. Want the big TV numbers? Sorry, I'm ouchie. Let's see how that does for you. Again, she's not doing that. I know she's not doing that. But you wait until someone starts putting that out there, that's the conspiracy theory. She's not actually hurt. She's trying to show Angel Reese and everybody else how valuable she is to the league, and that's why she's sitting out this game. She's not doing that, but I'm just telling you, that's a conspiracy theory that will be out there.
The part I don't understand is who is saying that she's not valuable to the league?
I don't know.
Nobody's saying that. Not even the players. Even though the players voted her 9th, they're not saying she's not an asset to the WNBA.
No,
that's
but
not the case.
There are some in the media who feel like if you foul Caitlin Clark in a game, you aren't thankful for the fact that now you fly on private jets because Caitlin Clark is in the league and the league's profile has gone up.
So we should just let her just win. That's what we saying.
Well, by that logic, then, like, you should let LeBron James you should never foul him. You should have never fouled Shaq. Remember when
Shaq?
Actually, that's the better one because when Jordan left, everyone said, why even watch the NBA? Who cares? And what brought people back a little bit?
Kobe and Shaq.
Yep. That moment where Kobe threw the lob and Shaq dunked it and he runs back up the court and he's pointing with the 2 fingers and him and Kobe have that moment on the court. That was a moment people point to as, oh, the NBA's back. And it's like, whether it was or not.
Well, technically, Allen Iverson saved.
Trust me. You don't have to tell me about that. I love Allen Iverson.
He brought a lot of attention back to he impact the whole culture.
Pat Mahomes, if you're out there and you've got a free shot on him and he doesn't feel it and his guard is on the ground, his tackle's on the ground, you beat both of them, and your free shot on him, what should you do? Just run up behind him and give him a big hair bear hug like you're at a Coldplay concert and gently lay him to the ground? No.
If you
lay his ass out because you're playing football.
If you respect the game, you lay him right out.
Right.
Boom.
Yeah.
But
has he not helped the profile of the NFL being a tremendous player? Does he not get people to watch? Of course he does.
Yeah, isn't he like the #1 selling jersey?
Yeah.
Like that?
So I guess we look at the jersey sales and the TV ratings, which games get the biggest ratings, which jersey sales get the most, and then we don't touch those players when they play basketball or football or whatever sport it is.
Well, going back to your theory, well, first of all, Tyvis, it's Shaq and Kobe. Make sure you get the priority of like who was the better player on those teams.
I'm not going to. For me, Shaq is one of the best players that ever played the game, so I'm not going to say anything to you about that.
And then, but going back to your theory, like we joke around about, especially me and you, T-Bone, about Caitlin Clark getting maybe too much love, maybe being slightly overrated. I don't know how you feel about that, Tyler.
Yeah, sure,
but. We're all girl dads. I think we all want the WNBA to succeed so our daughters have, a sport that they can watch, that they see other females. That all being said, I didn't want Caitlin Clark to miss the All-Star game. Like, she's good for the game. Like, this is terrible. This is absolute, like, worst case scenario for the WNBA, really.
I know. And that's why I think people miss it, is that sometimes it's good to have heroes and villains. And those people can sometimes be the same people in sports, two different people, right? Some people look at that person as like the greatest player ever. Other people go, oh, man, I can't stand that person. But I'm going to watch every game. I'm going to see if they fail.
But she's not the greatest player ever. The greatest player ever is Maya Moore, and I will fight anybody.
That's fine.
This.
I like that. That's a good take. Also, speaking of All-Star games, apparently a lot of people watch the Major League Baseball All-Star game. I'll tell you how many next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, for drivers heading into the downtown scene, we are still closely monitoring a pretty big crash on 670 westbound. This is at 315, that southbound direction. Right lane still blocked. We got 21 miles per hour for your drive times, too. So slowdowns are getting a lot slower this morning here. Police, thankfully, still on scene. Looks like a semi was involved, so it's taking crews a little bit longer to clear up the situation and remove the car from that area. Again, this is all happening 670 westbound. Make sure to take it nice and slow on the roads this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Rates as low as 5.54% APR and a $400 cash bonus when you refinance your auto loan with BMI Federal Credit Union. Visit bmifcu.org/refinance.
This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we help Chad.
Hi, I'm Chad. I've been taking the low T treatment at Tri-State Men's Health for a little under a year now. So I was really just struggling with finding the energy to accomplish the things I wanted to do every day. By the end of the workday, I was very drained and tired and found it hard to concentrate and get my job done, and was looking for something to kind of get that edge back. Once I started taking the treatment, I felt probably within the first 2 to 3 weeks more energy. And the thing that really I noticed right away was sleeping. Now I get a solid 8 hours. I'm going on vacation. I'm enjoying myself. So men out there, if you're struggling with any of the symptoms I was, low energy, brain fog, lack of sleep, I would highly recommend you call Tri-State Men's Health. You won't regret it.
Thanks, Chad. It's true. Low T therapy will likely change your life. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Common Man here for Germain Lexus of Dublin and Easton. My guys at Germain are celebrating their biggest pre-owned sales event of the year. Tons of vehicles on the lot for you to choose from, and they're ready to deal. It's also the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event with rates as low as 2.99%. I was riding in my Lexus on one of our hot summer days, and I felt the crisp breeze of cold air on my cracky. Don't you want that for yourself? Of course you do. Germain Lexus, 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton, GermainLexus.com.
Get Eco.
Aaron, you know that complete HVAC system we sell for $12,000?
Yeah, it's for homes that are 1,600 square feet or less.
How big is 1,600 square feet?
3 bedroom, 2.5 bath. Those homes are what America is made of.
Get Eco.
Other companies are charging $15,000 to $18,000 for that same system.
Yeah, I know.
And if your family doesn't need a new furnace, Eco will replace the AC component for just $8,500. Why are we doing this?
Nurses, police officers, office workers, firefighters, and school teachers live in those houses, Jerry.
The people that America is made of live in the houses that America is made of.
We're just doing what we can to restore balance to the universe, Jerry.
Get Eco.
When a person is doing well, they're making money. But when they're doing good, they're helping others.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
We're bringing balance to the universe.
Go to geteco.com.
Tim Hortons Camp Day is back on Wednesday with 100% of purchases on all hot and iced coffee sales donated to Tim Hortons Foundation camps. The fan will be on site at the North High Street Tim Hortons from 11 to 1 with gift card giveaways.
The Columbus Zoo invites you to follow the footsteps and the tales of animals from around the world. Explore our newest region, North America Trek. So what are you waiting for? Get your tail to our trails only at your Columbus Zoo.
You had a solid retirement dream. Sell your home in a few years, bank the equity, downsize, and travel. But with an unpredictable economy and the future feeling uncertain, you're wondering if that equity will still be there when you're ready. What if you could bank that equity right now? With TrueHold, you can sell your home for its current value, so you can access your equity today. You can bank the cash now and stay in the home you love with an easy standard lease. TrueHold even covers property taxes, insurance, and repairs. And since TrueHold hands over your equity in cash now, it's yours to do whatever you'd like. Don't let a shifting economy put your hard-earned equity at risk. Visit TrueHold.com and receive their competitive offer on your home in just 48 hours, based on its current value, not what's coming. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's TrueHold.com.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible, overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Pittsburgh Steelers and TJ Watt agreed to a 3-year, $120 million extension yesterday. The deal makes him the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. Watt leads the NFL in sacks over the past 5 seasons. Rain was a factor yesterday during the Open and will continue to be one today. 5 players were at the top of the leaderboard after one round. We'll see if someone can pull away from the rest of the field this morning as the second round is currently in progress. And finally, baseball is back today after the All-Star break. The Cleveland Guardians will host the Athletics at 7:10, while the Cincinnati Reds will start a road series with the Mets in New York. You can catch First Pitch over on ESPN Columbus. Coverage starts at 6:40, and we'll join it here in progress on The Fan after the Buckeyes show at 8 o'clock. This update was sponsored by RCD RV Supercenter. Declare your independence on the open road with RCD RV July 5th through 19th. Shop over 650 RVs now at rcdrv.com.
Tyvis played in some of the biggest stadiums in the world. T-Bone has eaten some of the biggest pizzas in the world. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tell you what, thing you don't want to hear from your spouse, number one in the world, going with the boss to a Coldplay concert.
Well, not today. You can't say that. You can't say that. It's too hot. Too hot.
That's a big old fail.
Yeah, work events are on pause for at least like the next week across the country.
Yeah. Hey, we're going on an offsite. We thought we'd hit a little Top Golf and then check out the Coldplay concert. Is that? Nope. No offsites. Everything's on site. Hands up. Everyone is available. Everybody's locations are on.
Yes.
We're keeping everything.
Yep.
Cameras are turned on. Everything. Yeah. We're not doing any of that.
By the way,
no after work stuff now.
I meant to tell you this earlier. Do you know that I am big on jerk chicken?
I'm familiar.
The jerk chicken and the rice and peas. Well, one of my friends that I went to high school with, this guy is one of my childhood friends. He brought me this place called Val's.
Okay.
And it's in Columbus. It's by like campus.
How is Val's spelled?
VAL''S.
Okay, I didn't know if it was Val's with a W, like OW, like
VAL.
Like the vows the people at the Coldplay concert violated. Those vows. Sorry. Go ahead. We're back. I will never let this go. It's the greatest thing. It's just the gift that keeps on giving.
Anyways.
Yeah, go ahead. So Val's, VALS. Val's.
I've been in search for the best jerk chicken in Columbus. And that Val's place is definitely the number one place for jerk chicken.
Okay.
It was unbelievable.
Better than the Powell House?
I've never been there.
What's the Powell?
Your house.
The Powell.
Yeah, no. I have not made jerk chicken myself.
Oh, I thought you did the other.
I did Rasta jerk pasta.
Okay.
That's what I did, but I didn't do jerk chicken.
See, that's next level. You're not there yet.
Yeah, I'm a novice in the game.
You said Powell, like Tyvis Powell, but I thought you said Powell, like bang, Powell. The Powell House, by the way, that place is where the Coldplay after party is.
He's the only one I've ever met that can handle my junk.
That's right. Oh, it's too bad that they gave me that one today. That's just too bad. Midsummer Classic. Everybody loves watching an All-Star game. Apparently 8.1 million of you did, according to the latest numbers. The All-Star game put those out there. So Home Run Derby averaged 5.7 million. Mm-hmm. Then you had, I think it peaked at like 6.3 million. And then you got the All-Star game where Clayton Kershaw's out there talking on the mound to the guys in the booth. There were a lot of cool moments from that. They had the swing off with Kyle Schwarber, which... whatever. Some people like that. Some people hate it. I was asleep because I do this job in the mornings, but I saw it the next day and thought, not a fan. I don't like it when we have to settle a game, even though it's an exhibition game. I don't like it when we have a guy standing behind the pitching fence or whatever we're calling the safety equipment for when you're throwing batting practice. That to me just doesn't feel like baseball. But that all said, 8.1 million people watched. That is more than the NBA All-Star game, which I want to say was in the 4 million range. The NFL... whatever we call the Pro Bowl festivities now, they're obviously not anything close to a game. They're like feats of skill. They're not even like, there's not a physical competition. There's just throwing a football around, but there's no game being played.
They got flag football.
That's not the same. That's
it's like not like Sean Taylor running through the punter. It's not like that.
No, it's not. But that also, I think, got somewhere around what the NBA did. This all pales in comparison, though, to what happened with the Four Nations tournament that they put together for the NHL. They changed the All-Star game, obviously, into that, where they took a big break and said, let's just let everybody play for their international teams, all these NHLers. They'll go and play this. And that did great. The USA-Canada final ended up, I think, doing 16 million views. So 16 million versus 8.1 million. Obviously, I don't know that anybody can ever replicate what the NHL's done with that Four Nation tournament, but baseball's All-Star game, 8.1 million, that's a pretty respectable number in today's TV numbers.
I mean, because baseball is a game it's at the beginning of time, it was like the best thing on TV, and obviously as the times have moved on, it slowed down. And, credit that to Dylan's guy, Rob Manfred, for the pitch clock, because that's made the games more able to sit through and watch. But when you look at the All-Star competition, the Home Run Derby to me is always going to be a big draw. Because what I like about it is you don't get like the biggest stars, but you still get some good star power in there. And it makes people want to tune in to see those things. I think that's why a lot of the All-Star games is dying down, like competitions, because none of the stars compete. You think about NBA, a lot of people don't do the slam dunk contest. 3-point shootout, you can still get some stars. And I don't think Steph was in it this
I don't think he's been in it for a few years.
No, he was in it 2 years because him and Sabrina went at it.
Well, they did that.
I guess that was separate.
It was like a separate thing, right? Yeah, I feel like the Home Run Derby, there's a few things they could do to make it better. One is you got to fix the camera angles, because this past year was egregious, where they just kept showing, they would show a ball that like hit the grass and zoom in on it as the kid goes to pick it up. And meanwhile, it's like, there's another one. But also maybe I know we're trying to speed everything up in baseball, and I largely agree with that principle, but when it comes to the Home Run Derby, we don't need to have the timed thing. I think you should have, however, like, I know they want that for TV, but give them 20 outs or whatever it is, right?
Yeah, because it used to be 10, and then they changed it to the time.
They should
give them 10 outs and see what happens. And if you hit for an hour, great. But if not, I'm guessing most guys will tire out at some point. But then you have time for everyone to reset. Instead, you had these guys basically like out of breath from taking so many swings. And that just seems like you don't get the good camera angles. By the time you're watching one home run go out, the next one's already out. There's not enough time to celebrate it. The other thing I think they should do to fix the All-Star, the Home Run Derby, have actual Major League outfielders out there, and every time they rob a home run, they get to choose which player, maybe like one of their buddies who's in the competition, they can give that guy the home run total. Like if you rob a home run.
So that kid's a hero that robbed.
I love that kid. I would die for that kid. Are you kidding me? Yes. Rob the home runs. Rob the home runs.
No, what they should do is they should get their 4 or 5 best home run hitters in the MLB and get 4 or 5 guys that's steroid users.
Oh, I like this.
And go and see what happens.
I know who we could get. Number 1 on the list. Who? Big Mac. Get him.
No.
Yeah. I don't know if he wears the Cardinals jersey or the A's jersey, but Mark McGuire's there.
Mark McGuire is clean.
You said steroid user.
He's clean.
So he's right there. Allegedly.
My childhood hero is clean.
He took a lot of steroids from what I heard.
No, he did.
Allegedly.
The biggest load that we've seen.
Yeah, he took a lot of them. The biggest load we've ever seen. That's what I heard. He said it. One college football coach has an insane idea. A 30-team college football playoff. We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Well, boy, the downtown scene is looking pretty messy out there. That's because of a crash that started around 5 a.m. this morning, still going on. This is 670 westbound, right at 315. That southbound intersection, right lane still blocked at this hour, and drive times are not looking good. 24 miles per hour if you're heading out the door in this area. Again, 670 westbound. Looks like a semi is involved. It's just taking crews a lot longer to clean up the situation. Pack that patience as you step out the door this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Columbus Aesthetic and Plastic Surgery. Visit experiencecaps.com today and use code TYVISCAPS for $1,000 off a NeoGraft treatment.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Thinking about buying your first home? Now, with Third Federal, you can buy your first home and pay no PMI. Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. And you may not realize PMI doesn't protect you. It only protects the lender in case of default. But at Third Federal, you can buy a home with just 5% down and no PMI. Plus, first-time home buyers get $750 off a closing cost. So if you're thinking about buying your first home, go for it and visit thirdfederal.com.
Even before you find a home, lock in 6.49%, APR 6.52% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3RD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. See conditions for closing cost coupon at thirdfederal.com/FTHB. Equal housing lender.
Your neighborhood Kroger pharmacy is happy to welcome back Express Scripts Medicare D and TRICARE Department of Defense Plan members. It's easy to transfer prescriptions at Kroger.com/payer update. See your Kroger pharmacy for details.
When it comes to home improvement, you've probably asked yourself a few key questions. Is the salesperson trustworthy? Will the company follow through on their promises? And is the work going to be a lasting solution, not just a quick fix? At Newman Roofing, we get it. As a locally based, family-owned company, we know how hard it can be to find a contractor you can truly trust. For over 33 years, we've been providing homeowners across Central Ohio with reliable roofing solutions done right the first time. When you choose Newman Roofing, you'll be greeted by value-driven professionals in clean company vehicles and crisp uniforms who show up with a smile and take the time to answer your questions. Because for us, it's not just about the roof. It's about protecting your home, your family, and the trust you place in us. If you're thinking about your roof or siding, call the local company that puts integrity first. Newman Roofing. Call today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Hear that? That's the sound of freedom. This July, declare your independence on the open road during RCD RV's Declare Your Independence sale, running July 5th through the 19th, offering all-American savings on all in-stock motorhomes, fifth wheels, and travel trailers. Wave goodbye to ordinary vacations and say hello to adventure. Stop by any of our locations, Delaware, Heath, and Pataskala, or shop online anytime at rcdrv.com. Celebrate the red, white, and blue with unbeatable savings at RCD RV. RCD RV. Freedom starts on the open road.
If only there was a radio show that constantly talked about Ohio State athletics. Well, good news. It's real, baby. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
Proud to be your flagship home of the Buckeyes, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Imagine what it would feel like getting tackled head-on by a 240-pound linebacker. You'd be in serious pain, right? But if you're unbuckled in a car crash, at just 50 miles an hour, you become a deadly projectile that can slam into other passengers with 8 times that amount of force. Don't let someone else take the hit. Buckle up and visit buckleup.ohio.gov to learn more. Brought to you by ODOT and ODPS.
The outdoor drama Tecumseh is back this summer. The drama, the history, and the spectacle make Tecumseh one of Ohio's most beloved traditions. Tecumseh has provided thrilling live entertainment for 50 years, and the outdoor theater at Sugarloaf Mountain will provide a safe and memorable experience for your entire family. Get tickets now at tecumsehdrama.com. This message is made possible in part by the Ohio Arts Council. Tecumseh, experience the drama.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll see some scattered showers and thunderstorms this morning. Otherwise, skies will be mostly cloudy with wake-up temperatures in the 70s. And then as we head into the afternoon, the chances become a lot more isolated of showers and storms. Otherwise, mostly to partly cloudy skies and highs in the mid to low 80s. For tonight, lows overnight in the upper 60s with mostly cloudy skies. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garofalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
Two men who both know the value of a good hat.
Your ball!
This is Bone and Tyvis.
Ask Tyvis Anything coming up at 7:30. Special guest host, 10 TV meteorologist Meredith Garofalo will join us in studio as well. But first, Tyvis has this to tell you.
Oh, yeah. I got to tell everybody about my guys over at Tri-State Men's Health, because right now the summer's here, which means it's warm weather, people are taking vacations, and they're doing these romantic vacations, T-Bone, to where, you get to spend some time with your partner. You go maybe walk the beach, and then after that, you might want to get intimate. But
maybe after a Coldplay concert.
Maybe after a Coldplay
concert. Look at the stars. Look how they shine for you.
But if you get caught on cam like that, it might lead to you having erectile dysfunction, which will really ruin the night. So don't let that be the case. Go see my guys at Tri-State Men's Health, where they are there when the pills and the herbals fail. They have success rates well over 90%, and some treatments can have you last an hour or more. So take that, Coldplay.
Yeah.
There's 2 locations here in Columbus. One is in Westerville. That's the one I go to. And the other one's in Hilliard. You schedule a consult with Tri-State Men's Health today. Your visit is $99, which includes a medical consult and a licensed medical provider and a TMPSA test. If medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work, then your visit is free. They have expert staff. And if you're like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. So maybe if you're going to go to Coldplay, maybe you go to the appointment the day before, then you go to Coldplay.
Sure.
Call them today at 800-900-9654 or visit tristatemenshealth.com.
Out of office messages, never going to be the same. Your HR person says, we're out of office going to a concert tonight.
Yeah.
There's going to be a meeting tomorrow.
It will be a meeting.
Oof, yeah. Also, Fish asked me if I wanted to go see Coldplay, and I didn't know what to make of that. Yes.
You two go
yes is the answer.
You two go be on the camera hugging like
Why
that.
not? I don't know if he could fit his arms around me. But that's fine. Make it work. So, SEC Media Days are going on now. Next week will be Big Ten Media Days. We're going to talk with our guy, Jeremy Birmingham. He'll be at Big Ten Media Days next week, but today at 8:30, he's going to join us. We'll talk about some of the issues with Ohio State recruiting. We'll see how he feels about it and get some thoughts on just in general where the Buckeyes are headed in that regard. That's coming up at 8:30. But at SEC Media Days yesterday, Eli Drinkwitz, head coach of the Missouri Tigers, and I'll say he's not a top 5 all-time name for me,
but it's up there.
Eli Drinkwitz is just a good name.
It is.
He had this to say about the college football playoff system and what he would like to see happen for it. This was an On3 podcast host who had him on, and here's the discussion.
It's not really something that's outrageous. It's based off of the 12-team playoff where you had automatic qualifiers, but now we've decided we want to expand it to 16. So instead of doing 11-5, which you're going to put 11 teams in the hands of a human committee that nobody's going to agree. They're all going to have implicit bias. Why would we even do that? I mean, nobody thinks that the NCAA, we spend hours arguing about who was the 69th and 70th team in the NCAA tournament. What do you think we're going to do with the 11 there? So why not expand the opportunities, give 4 play-in games to the SEC, 4 play-in games to the Big Ten, 3 to the ACC, 3 to the Big 12, and say, man, create more opportunities for the fan bases to get excited, create more opportunities for players to compete for championships. And that doesn't sit well with probably some of the blue bloods who are going to consistently be ranked in preseason rankings in the top 25 explicitly because of their names, not necessarily because of their teams, but because of the brand bias that we have in college football. Instead, make people earn it. Make people earn it on the field.
He wants to eventually get to 30 teams in the playoffs because he wants this to all be earned on the field. And
So
I don't.
So we're going to make the regular season meaningless.
I don't understand. We do that at 16, in my opinion.
No, we don't.
Well, no, we get closer than we did when it was 2. And then to 4. And now to 12. You keep going down that road. Like
the losses nowadays don't sting like they used to. Like for me, 1 loss. Michigan State, 1 loss. That's it.
Yeah.
Like no championship. That's it.
Well, and I don't get me wrong. As a fan, I like that my team has more chances. I'm glad Ohio State, after they lost to Oregon and Michigan last year, still had a chance to go win a national championship. And it worked out for the Buckeyes. I love that as a fan. To your point, though, I don't think we're properly there yet mentally where we can look at a loss. At least me as a Buckeye fan, I can't look at a loss and process it rationally yet.
Mm-hmm.
The way I will if we have 12 teams for another 10 years. Oh, a loss will be more. We will all have acclimated to the idea of, man, it sucks they lost to Penn State. Anyway, So that's going to change their seeding in the playoff, and they may have to be on the road as opposed to being home. It's going to matter, but it's not going to be the same as like, oh my gosh, the world is ending. We lost a game. And you can say that that's good, bad, or whatever. To me, part of the value of college football is every weekend there is a team that watches their hopes for a title go up in flames.
Yeah.
And that's now less so because of 12. And if we go to 30...
Oh, we go to 30. There's no point even playing.
Play 4 games then. Let's just play your
playing no regular season.
You should have an opening game, a rivalry game or 2, and then throw in like a cupcake to send some money to a state school that's in your area, and then that's it. And then go play the playoffs.
It's wild that I came to college at a time where it was the last year of the last 2 years of the BCS. Because 12 and 13, and then 14 is when the CFP started.
Yeah.
So I did the last 2 years of the BCS. Obviously, 12 we was suspended.
Should have been there.
Yeah, we suspended.
Should have been there.
But it was crazy because in those days it was you can't afford to lose a game. Then when I got to 14 and we got to the 14 playoffs, it became you can't lose a game in November. That was what it was. Like, you can't lose it at those last 4, maybe 5 games of the season. You can't lose those. Now it's become you can't lose 3.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, like, it's just
for Ohio State at least.
Yes.
For other schools, maybe it's 2.
Yes.
Right. It depends on which 2 they are.
Yeah. Speaking of Ohio State, yes. If you can't lose 3, if you lose 3, then your chances of making it is slim to none. If you lose 2, obviously last year they lost 2. So to me, the more you go up, the more we're making it acceptable to lose. And I guess that's why, like the Urban Meyers and the Nick Sabans and them, that's why they were so crazy, because in their mind, you couldn't afford to lose. And that's what made those guys great coaches, is because we not losing. we are not losing this game because it'll mess up everything that we work for. And I don't know. It's just if they get to 16 to 30, that's you talking 3-loss, 4-loss teams. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that a 3-loss team can't win the whole thing, but it just makes me think, what was the point of playing? Like, what was the point? Like, what's the point of us playing 12 games?
Going back to the 30 team and the Eli Drinkwitz comments, I don't think it's as crazy as it sounds on its face. I think he's essentially telling us the 4-4-2-2 or 4-4-3-3, whatever that model. That's essentially what he's saying, but he's including those play-in games as teams for the playoff models. Essentially what he's doing. When he said at his press conference, it sounded crazy, like, oh, he wants 30 teams in the playoff post conference championship. That's not what he's saying. He's saying the playoff essentially starts with those play-in games for the CFP. He just explained it terribly, in my opinion. That's where he gets the 30 teams from.
Well, what I would add to that, though, is as we're talking about this, I kind of feel like he is right in a sense that if you have 4 games now that are all play-in games, well, I don't know if they'll all be – I'm not sure what the model is, right? Because let's say the Big Ten has 4 automatic qualifiers, which has been talked about. You could have a scenario where – all right, 1 and 2 are automatically in, right? But then 3 and 4, or like the other 2,
3 and 6, 4 and 5.
3 and 6, 4 and 5. Whoever wins those 2 games are in. That's your 4 teams. Or the other system that's been kicked around was 1. There is no Big Ten championship game. It's 1 versus, what would that be? 8.
Yep.
2 versus 7. 3 versus 6. 4 versus 5. And then you have all 4 of those games have stakes. All of them matter. And if you lose that, if you're the 8 seed and you upset the 1 seed, could be the best team in college football. They could still get selected to go in as an at-large, but they wouldn't automatically qualify. That's where if he's living there, this is my problem. That then means it doesn't matter if you finish 3rd or 8th. You have a chance to go to the college football playoffs.
Yeah.
So if you drop a couple, like if you're in the Big Ten and you lose a game, you're not out of it. If you lose 2 games, you're not out of it. If you lose 3 games in the Big Ten, you're probably not out of it because you're still probably going to be in the top 8. And then that's all you need. And then you have a chance to go out and upset. And I'm saying that will devalue the regular season. If we don't care about that as college football fans, fine. But I have cared about it for a long time.
Because then you're going to put yourself like the NBA. And now they having that issue where it's like nobody cares about the regular season, only playoffs.
Why would you?
You don't want to get to that point with your product where it's like people don't even care about the regular season. I just don't like the fact that losses don't matter. Like that, we get into the point where the losses don't matter. The only thing I liked about the 12-team playoff is that I thought that we would see more marquee matchups, like out-of-conference matchups. You wouldn't be scared to say, Ohio State to say, all right, we could go schedule, I don't know, LSU or Alabama in week 2. Like, all right, cool. Like, that's what you wanted to see. Because if you lost that game that early on, there's a lot of time to bounce back from it. But now we get to the point where the SEC don't even want to play 9 games. You know, people don't really want to play these out of conference, and it's just like, well, what was the point of this? Like,
right.
You should have left it at 4.
Yeah, and that way, I feel like you would have more reason to have, like you said, better out of conference. All the stakes are higher.
I thought the TV companies would push that because
no,
that's what would that sells.
They want more games, and they don't care if the games matter or not because they're like, well, the baseline will still be there. You'll have 4 to 6 million Buckeye fans watching those games, or 4 to 6 million people watching Buckeye games, even if they're playing Grambling. They're going to watch those games, right? Because there's just an audience built in. So if we can have more games with some stakes on them, that's fine. We don't care if those games happen in the regular season. We'd rather artificially create a postseason where we get more TV product that we can market and sell. So that's why we're doing this now. And I guess I see your point, Dylan, that it's not as crazy when you put it in that framework, but I still don't like the idea that if Ohio State plays Illinois and loses to them this year, that suddenly doesn't matter as much. If it's like, oh, well, now Ohio State goes from being a 2 seed in the Big Ten tourney to a 7 seed. That deflates the regular season. Ask Big Ten basketball how that is.
But I think that ship already sailed when they expanded to 12. The season's already devalued as it is. We kind of have to like change our mindset about college football now because it's like we all love the college football playoff still, but it's like we have to wait for our joy at the end of the season because the middle of the season doesn't matter as much as it did 10 years ago.
I'll tell you this, Ohio State beats Michigan this year, it's going to matter. But then immediately as soon as that game's over, within hours, it will be, all right, well, what are they going to do in the Big Ten championship game, hoping they get there? And then if they win that, all right, well, then what's their...
Oh, no.
It's going to be immediately what are we doing in the playoffs?
No, I'm not. I'm taking the victory lap. You know how... Them Wolverine fans for the past 4 years has been ridiculous.
I know.
It's been ridiculous.
I know, but I'm telling
taking
you,
the victory lap.
Over time, it's going to be less and less meaningful to win an individual game in the regular season in college football. All right, 2 minutes away. Ask Tyvis Anything with special guest host Meredith Garofalo. She'll join us. It's what? That too. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there. Well, a good heads up for folks in the downtown scene that are going to be commuting later tonight. There will be a ramp closure on 71, that northbound ramp to 670 westbound. That's happening tonight, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., as well as on Saturday night for some lighting work. So a great detour you'll want to keep in mind. Continue on that 670 eastbound direction, hopping off to Leonard Avenue, continuing on 71 southbound, and that will take you back to 670 in that westbound direction. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
You know that project you've been working on? Just chipping away at it, dreaming of the day you get to show it off? Then, when you're least expecting it, cancer. And finishing that project actually happens. I would know. I've been restoring this car for years, and today I'm giving it to my granddaughter. It's her 16th birthday and 2 years since my cancer diagnosis.
Mom, you finished it?
Happy birthday, boo-boo. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans to learn more.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
Tyvis is drinking a protein shake for breakfast. T-Bone is eating a protein donut, minus the protein. And it's more than one donut. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
10 TV meteorologist Meredith Garofalo will join us shortly. Unless she turns into JT Barrett, and then in which case.
You ever hear from JT?
Never heard from him.
Oh, man.
No,
this literally happened like 2 weeks ago. I had texted JT about something, and JT he didn't respond. Then a week later, he called me out of the blue. He was like, yeah, man, my fault. I had this, that, and the third going on. I was like, oh, that's good. And that's how we ended up talking. So I'm expecting at some point.
At some point. 3 to 5 business days.
He'll call me at some point and tell me what happened.
Yeah, what does he think he is, an Amazon delivery driver? Like, no, we have a specific time that you have to be here. Oh, well, we didn't get it this
Especially
time.
when I just talked to you the day before. That was the part that killed me. Like, we just talked about it.
All right, it's time to hit it. It's Ask Tyvis Anything time. Let's do it.
Get to know your resident national champion. It's time for Ask Tyvis Anything.
As promised, she is not JT Barrett. She is, in fact, Meredith Garofalo, 10 TV meteorologist. Hi, Meredith.
Hi, guys. Good morning. Happy Friday. We made it. The weekend's here.
Are you a Monday person?
Well, I kind of get forced to be when I'm in at 3 a.m.
Yeah, what are you going to do about that?
I'm a huge Monday person because I believe if it starts well, it ends well.
You know what? I like that. And, it's how you set your attitude. I call them Monday Marespirations.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll post motivation on my social media pages just to give some people that extra little kick to say it's going to be okay this week.
Yeah, well, that's called a monster drink for T-Bone.
I like that, though, too.
Oh, yeah. Well, Tyvis can't do carbonation before, 3 p.m., I think is when you start?
12.
Oh, 12. Noon.
Wow.
Okay, yeah. And then after that, it's one sip of, some carbonated beverage, and then it's lemonade.
I've been drinking a lot of water.
Oh, good for you.
I got the Crystal Light, so this has been my new lemonade.
I don't know if
the Crystal Light packet, so strawberry lemonade.
They put water in bourbon, just so you know. I'm just telling you.
Don't do that.
They do that.
You gotta have it neat.
No, they have water in there. Well, I'm saying they distill. They have to dilute it to get it to the right proof.
All right. I'm good.
Here are some questions for Tyvis. Ask Tyvis anything. Meredith, feel free to, if you have any questions, feel free to ask our former national champion here.
Don't tempt me.
Peyton says, feel like it would be very hard for Tyvis to be starstruck. So, Tyvis, have you ever been starstruck by someone, given that you played in the NFL and you run all these people? Is there anyone you've seen and been like, oh, can't believe I'm talking to that person or I'm seeing that person?
The only person I've had that moment a couple of times where it was like, wow, that's Sierra in Seattle.
Oh,
because obviously Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
So I actually talked to her, and then when we went to play the Giants, Lala was there, and I was like, that's Lala.
Okay.
So that was the only time. Outside of that,
who's Lala?
You don't know who Lala Anthony? Well, she ain't Lala Anthony no more. Carmelo's
wife. Okay, yeah. Now when you just said Lala, I remember.
I say Lala. I was like, man, that's Lala. That's crazy.
Alex says, what is Tyvis's favorite bread type? Do you fancy a sourdough? Tyvis doesn't like bread.
No, stop saying
Tyvis
that.
is anti-bread.
That's not what I said.
That's what you have on your shirt.
I believe that in promoting a healthy lifestyle, and if you want to cut calories and lose a little bit of weight, you can do without the bread.
All right, anyway,
that's all I said.
Gluten-free.
Is the lecture over? Do you like bread? Do you like a sourdough? Answer the man's question, please.
I eat bread from time to time.
You have one that you prefer?
Wheat.
That's okay. Boring.
I have a question.
Well, Meredith, first. Do you like bread?
What?
Do you eat bread?
Not a lot, but I do like corn tortillas. So like
Okay.
making the
Oh, a
tacos,
corn
but
tortilla.
I try to do that. I try to cut back on bread, but I did have a gluten-free bread actually at Valentina's this weekend in Rich Park.
Valentina's is delicious.
And I was impressed. It actually made me enjoy the bread because it was a little more like hearty, but I wasn't left feeling bloated.
Okay, there you go.
Look
That's
at
a good
that.
recommendation. All right, what's your question? You said you.
Okay, I was wondering, have you ever been recognized by somebody and they said, "Oh, hey, you look like," and they either said somebody else or they said you, and you were like, "Oh, I get that all the time."
Yeah, so the funny thing is that just happened to me when I was working out 2 weeks ago. I was in the gym, and the guy was like, "Has anybody ever told you look like Tyvis Powell?" And I said, "Yeah, my wife." Well, my wife says that all the time. So, yeah, I actually had that moment. But, I get a lot of Denzel. That's Denzel
stop.
Washington.
Don't even.
Okay, I can kind of see that.
No,
I have to be Team Tyvis here.
He claims that people stop him and say that. And
No,
those are
to
all
be honest
lies.
with you, the person I get the most is LeBron, and I don't understand it. I just don't understand it.
I think you look better than LeBron.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, you're smaller, so there's that.
Well, but people don't see. People know that LeBron is a tall basketball player, so when they see me, they think 6'3" is like tall, but LeBron is 6'7", so it's like
He's also a 40-year-old man now, so they're kind of saying you look older.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I need to
watch.
shave. Maybe I need to shave the beard. Then.
Okay, that before and after picture will be in touch. Just saying.
The last one I have here is actually from Meat Sweats,
Oh,
who
my
says,
God.
"How has batting practice been going? Making lots of contact? Are you going to get a home run so T-Bone has to shave, or are you going to go 0 for and you have to shave?" So this weekend, Cardo
I'm not
Jones
going
celebrity
0 for.
softball game. The bet is if he hits a home run, I haven't shaved my beard since I've been married 19 years. Have not shaved since before our wedding. So completely.
That's a good bet.
So I either have to shave the beard if he hits a home run, which I don't think he will. If he does go 0 for, though, he has to shave his beard. If he doesn't hit anything today or on Saturday tomorrow 4 p.m.
I know it's tomorrow already. Jeez.
Is it supposed to rain tomorrow?
Yes, we're going to talk about that after you answer the question.
No, I have not taken batting practice. I'm a natural. I don't need to take. That's like Mark McGuire stepping in. Do I look like I need to take?
What did you say about cheetahs?
Cheetahs don't stretch.
Did cheetahs take batting practice?
No.
Okay.
When you're an athlete like me and you're just naturally talented, you just standing there and it's like riding a bike.
Sure.
It's like me and Rhyme time out there on Papa Shot. It's just 5 straight wins. It just sometimes the elbow goes in and the basket is as wide as the ocean. That's how I feel
That doesn't happen
today.
very often, just so you know.
It's happening today.
Reimer is a former college basketball player.
Reimer looks like a middle school guy compared to me today.
Wow.
I'm on fire today.
So, Meredith, what do we have this weekend? That game tomorrow at 4 p.m., Huntington Park. Should be a lot of festivities going on around that, too. I know the Crew are playing tomorrow night as well. There's all kinds of stuff happening, but what are we seeing tomorrow?
Well, I'm concerned. I actually just issued a 10 TV weather impact alert day for the second half of tomorrow. So I know it's the last thing I want to say on this show, but in all seriousness, though, it does look like we could have some storms develop between about 3 and 6, which is
that's
not
terrible.
good. But you might win the bet, though, because then you won't hit a home run. Why? Right? So this is where I find the silver lining in things, right?
That's right. That's good. That's good.
So me and T-Bone gonna keep our beard, is what you saying.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, and I like to say this, don't cancel your plans, just be aware. And if you see it's getting dark, or I always like to say, if you can hear thunder, that means lightning is close enough to strike you. Even if it's not raining, even if it's not storming, if you hear thunder, that's your sign, get indoors. Because this happened, what was it, last weekend? There was a thunderstorm. The storm had already passed on the radar. It didn't look threatening, but I saw like 20 bolts of lightning in Worthington, even though the storm was already in Polaris.
Oh, wow.
So that's why they always say, give it 30 minutes. I know it seems like you get annoyed or like, oh my gosh, but if you don't wait and you still have lightning, I mean, we just saw somebody die from getting struck by lightning. It's just nothing to chance and to joke about.
Yeah. Well, good advice. We'll keep all that in mind. Hopefully tomorrow, maybe the storms they'll see the brilliance of Tyvis.
His home run. He'll hit it out of the park.
Is there anything to the wind that is generated by massive swing and misses? Can that give an updraft that can cause the clouds to maybe part and go around?
If I swing and miss, that should just count as an out. I don't even want to go after it no more.
I mean, hey, I've heard stranger things happen. So I'll have to watch the radar at exactly when you hit and see if there's like a, or I'm not going to try to get too nerdy, if there's like an outflow or something.
I'll see.
But that could also trigger storms if we're getting really nerdy, if there's too much of an outflow.
Oh, it'll be an outflow.
Big Christmas.
Strike one, strike two, strike three. Out.
At the old ball game.
He's going to go out.
I can't wait. You're going to get a mass tweets. T-Bone, get the razor. This is what it's going to say. Get the razor.
You want to shave me on the air?
No.
Or do you want me, okay, go.
Oh, my gosh.
Shave yourself because I don't know how to do it.
Now that's how you're going to do it.
Like
I'm going to bring
Sweeney
the clippers
Todd.
in. Yeah. Oh no.
They
not
said
that.
they want razor too. None of this no guard trimmers thing. They want you to put the shaving cream
I'll go
on.
full on.
See, I don't know how to do that.
I mean, I'll trim it and then I'll go with the straight razor.
What
and get
about
it done.
wax?
No,
I'm not. I don't think
Again,
I could
I don't
wax
shave
my
beard, so I don't know.
think I could wax my face. I don't know. We'll find out. No.
Okay.
All right, we'll see. All right,
Bad
you know
idea.
what? Hopefully, I don't have to find out. Hopefully, it goes fine. Meredith, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Love it.
10 Plus, you can watch her. She's on all the time, and of course on 10 TV, keeping you up to date on all the weather stuff, and of course those 10 TV weather updates that we need here on the Fan. We come back, we will be talking about a former Buckeye who says he belongs on the Mount Rushmore of Buckeyes. We'll get there next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, some good news for our downtown commuters. A crash that's been happening since 5 a.m. has since been cleared up this morning. This, of course, was happening on 670, that westbound direction. Right at 315, that southbound intersection. 2 right lanes were blocked. Again, police are on scene. The tow truck just left the area, too, so it looks like things are looking a lot better. Police still on scene, slowly picking up those traffic cones. But again, things are looking a lot better. Drive time still a little bit slower at 27 miles per hour. But again, the scene has since been cleared. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Common Man here for Germain Lexus of Dublin and Easton. My guys at Germain are celebrating their biggest pre-owned sales event of the year. Tons of vehicles on the lot for you to choose from, and they're ready to deal. It's also the Lexus Golden Opportunity sales event with rates as low as 2.99%. I was riding in my Lexus on one of our hot summer days, and I felt the crisp breeze of cold air on my cracky. Don't you want that for yourself? Of course you do. Germain Lexus, 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton, GermainLexus.com.
Thinking about buying your first home? Now, with Third Federal, you can buy your first home and pay no PMI. Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. And you may not realize PMI doesn't protect you. It only protects the lender in case of default. But at Third Federal, you can buy a home with just 5% down and no PMI. Plus, first-time home buyers get $750 off a closing cost. So if you're thinking about buying your first home, go for it and visit thirdfederal.com.
Even before you find a home, lock in 6.49%, APR 6.52% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3RD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. See conditions for closing cost coupon at thirdfederal.com/FTHB. Equal housing lender.
Tim Hortons Camp Day is back on Wednesday with 100% of purchases on all hot and iced coffee sales donated to Tim Hortons Foundation camps. The Fan will be on site at the North High Street Tim Hortons from 11 to 1 with gift card giveaways.
Your neighborhood Kroger Pharmacy is happy to welcome back Express Scripts Medicare D and TRICARE Department of Defense Plan members. It's easy to transfer prescriptions at Kroger.com/payer update. See your Kroger Pharmacy for details.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone for Window Nation. Did you know their co-founders are Ohio natives? Yeah. Window Nation has been replacing windows in the Columbus region for over 15 years. Not only does Window Nation know what windows work best for Ohio homeowners like you, they're also local to the area. And right now, you can take advantage of Window Nation's biggest sale of the year. Get 50% off all window styles, plus 0 interest for 5 whole years. You heard that right. With Window Nation, you won't pay any interest until 2030. Plus, they'll install your new windows in 1 day or less, so you can get back to your daily routine right away. Personally, I wouldn't procrastinate. You don't want to wait on this deal. It's a trustworthy company like Window Nation, getting your windows in 1 day or less. 50% off all window styles now, plus 0 interest until 2030 with Window Nation. Call them up, 866-90NATION, or visit windownation.com to get your free quote on replacement windows. 866-90NATION or windownation.com. And tell them T-Bone sent you.
Tee to Green with Skip Mosick.
Saturday, former Buckeye John Cook joins us from the Open Championship at Port Rush, plus Neil Shipley coming off his second Korn Ferry Tour victory of the season.
Tee to Green with Skip Mosick. Saturday mornings at 9 on The Fan.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could it be lower testosterone?
Lower T.
Happens to most guys after 40. I was in the same boat until I started using Nugenix Total T2.
Total T2, the new one I've seen on TV.
Yep, it's the next generation testosterone booster for both free and total testosterone. It's packed with even more man-boosting power, sending nitric oxide levels skyrocketing in just 3 hours.
It actually works?
I feel like I'm in my 20s again. I've got more energy, better results in the gym, and things are even better in the bedroom. Send them a text and get a complimentary bottle.
Text now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the #1 testosterone brand at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, absolutely free. Text CASH to 231231. CASH to 231231. CASH to 231231.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. All of the hair on their heads is slowly migrating to the lower part of their faces. And cracking. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
All right. Tyvis Powell's very out of breath, and he's going to read you something. Go ahead,
not, first of all, I am not Tim Hall. I am not out of breath. I'll be real. Hair loss is something a lot of guys deal with, but we really don't talk about it. I wanted to get ahead of it, and Caps was the place I trusted. Their reputation is strong, the team is experienced, and the whole vibe is modern, professional, and zero pressure. NeoGraph was comfortable for me. It was low maintenance. It fit into my schedule without slowing me down. I'm already seeing signs of progress right now. Yeah, I love to take my hat off and look at it.
You sound out of breath, buddy. You're a little out of breath there. I'm not going to lie.
Not out of breath.
Dylan, you're hearing it, right? He's a little winded.
I'm not. Can I finish what I'm doing, please?
Please.
Thank you.
Good.
And it feels good knowing I made a smart, confident choice. More men need to know taking care of yourself isn't extra, it's normal. And Caps gets that. Visit Caps today at experiencecaps.com. Now, go on.
I just think he was getting so excited about Caps, that's why it sounded
like I had to take my hat off so people can see this.
It is looking good. I like it. Did Rhyme Time give you the business out there, or what happened? How are we doing?
I don't know what he got on this last round, but it's Rhyme Time. He lost, so I'm gonna just say that I won it.
Wow,
7-3 is the score.
By the way, Quentin asked,
winning.
We didn't get to this in the Ask Tyvis Anything, but I think it's relevant. He said, I just had the best frozen pizza of my life for breakfast. It's the Stranger Things Hawkins Lab combo pizza, meaty and spicy. What's your go-to frozen pie? I work nights, so this is my dinner. One, Quentin, thank you for staying up after your shift is over and listening to us. We appreciate it. But I don't know, Tyvis, do you have a go-to frozen pizza?
Do I look like I eat frozen pizza? When you say frozen, do you just mean cold?
No,
So like you mean like he gets the pizza, like puts it in the oven?
Yeah, like DiGiorno.
Oh, DiGiorno's the answer there. I like the stuffed crust.
Red Baron.
The stuffed crust DiGiorno's.
Dylan, I know it's something that us commoners have to struggle through. When you go to the grocery store and you see the frozen pizza aisle, isn't that a thing where you go, man, if only I had Tyvis Powell's money, I wouldn't have to shop for myself. I'd have a private shopper that would come in and make all my food for me.
First of all, hold on. First of all, my kids enjoy pizza. So sometimes I get like 2 to maybe 3 DiGiorno pieces that I keep in our deep freezer.
Okay.
Just in case. Like it's a Wednesday.
But when I said frozen pizza, why were you like, what are you talking about? How did you not know what a frozen pizza was? That's what I was talking about. I said DiGiorno. DiGiorno's the answer. Fine.
I said DiGiorno was the answer.
We had to like give you, he had to feed you a line and you're like, yes, DiGiorno.
I thought he was saying like
I too love a DiGiorno.
Cold pizza. Like I thought he was saying like he likes cold pizza.
Frozen pizza.
Okay.
He was saying
DiGiorno is the answer.
They have a Stranger Things branded one that's like at Walmart, apparently.
Oh, Dylan is all over that.
Yeah, I was going to say 2 things. One, you guys need to start watching Stranger Things before the last season comes back.
I feel like it's too late.
No, you catch up. You can catch up.
What do I look like? How many seasons is it?
What are
those, a bunch.
What are those
I think like 3 or 4.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm just my wife watches it, so I'm gonna just ask the wife.
What are those things called? The Gorgonzolas or whatever that come out for you? What are those that they have?
I don't remember.
Aren't there some monsters or something in that thing?
Yes, there's a lot of.
Okay.
Hold on, wait. Before we get there, I need to clear this up. Tim Hall is in the chat. Tim, when you get to work, I just need to go ahead and say this now. Your baseball. The baseball that sits on your desk. It might look a little different to you, right? When you get here, I just want to let you know it fell, and I tried to put the thing back together.
Okay,
it didn't quite work. T-Bo had to help.
On Timmy Hall's desk, there is a little stand made of 3 small wooden bats. They are held together by like a wooden ring, and they all have to be in a certain position, and they hold the baseball on top of it. It's actually a Field of Dreams baseball. And so Tyvis walks in and is like, "Good morning, T-Bone." And he comes over and then bam, just like the ball is rolling, the bats are flying. And I'm like, "What did you do?" He said, "I was trying to grab the golf ball off of Timmy's desk because you like to hit a little putter action."
Yeah, I like to work on my game. Work on my game.
I think we got it back to where it was supposed to be, Timmy. But if not, I'm sorry. And blame Tyvis.
But T-Bone, you asked me when I go in the grocery store and I have to say something, and I know Tyvis is going to be very disappointed.
Okay.
I have not been inside the grocery store to grocery shop since 2020.
Oh, have you fully
committed to the click list?
Yeah.
And once in a blue, I will do the delivery. Ever since COVID hit, I was like, I don't need to go in the store. And then when COVID was over, I was like, you know what? I very much enjoy not going in the store, and I'm going to continue to not go in the store.
Here's my question, because I have done a click list from time to time. And I like at the end of the day where you pull in, you hit the button or whatever, they come out, they have all your groceries, they throw it in the trunk, and off you go. That's good. But what I'm asking is, for me, I sat there for 2 hours being like, oh, where's the thing and then I would go back and say, oh, I forgot this. And in this grocery store, I'm a person who has to go back 3 or 4 times and go, oh, yes, I needed this thing. Little ADHD problem for me.
Right.
How long does it take you to put together a click list? Or do you just once you've built it, can you just do it again next week and the same thing every week?
Yeah, so it'll save your stuff, which helps. And what I try to do, let's say the other day I ran out of dishwasher pods. So I try to right there in that moment, get on the phone and add it to the list for the next time that I actually make the order so that I don't forget that that's what I need. I mean, there's pros and cons to everything, but I would much rather deal with those problems than go in the store.
You just admitted to the world that you're lazy.
I admitted to the world that I was lazy at least twice on this show already. This could be the third time.
The crazy thing is I do the grocery shopping for my family.
So have you ever done a click list where you just put it all on the app and then hit send and then you show up a few hours later and they have all the food ready?
I've done that before, but I enjoy going into the store.
You like meandering and looking for stuff.
I mean, I stick to the list. That's
good.
That's the lieutenant that goes.
Oh, she gives you the list.
She gives me the list, and I just go.
I see.
You see, along with me being lazy, I'm also undisciplined, Tyvis. So if I go into the store, I'm going to buy a bunch of stuff that I don't need. I'm going to buy a bunch of unhealthy snacks. I might look at the bread and think, that looks good.
Have you not gone through the DARE program when you was a kid?
I did.
Just say no.
I can't. I don't have the willpower. I mean, when it comes to drugs, yes. But I think not when it comes to Little Debbie's.
I went through a different DARE program, which was like, I dare you to eat that. And I'd be like, bet. And then I'd eat it. And that's where I ended up. So, yeah, that's still happening at the grocery store for me. All right. We didn't get to this. We will do it next. A Buckeye who says he belongs on the Mount Rushmore, I'll give you a hint, of running backs. That's next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Well, starting to look a little busier for your Friday commute here. If you're taking 71 northbound heading into the downtown scene, of course, by Greenlawn Avenue, noticing some congestion out there. Same situation for folks over in Powell and Mount Ayr this morning. If you're taking 23 either north or southbound, note some delays out there. And for folks over on the west side, just north of West Jefferson, we have that ongoing construction. So if you're taking 70 in that eastbound direction towards the city, just note some slowdowns out there. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by RCD RV Supercenter. Declare your independence on the open road with RCD RV. July 5th through 19th. Shop 650 plus RVs now at rcdrv.com.
Men, the summer is here. Longer days, warmer nights, and romance in the air. Intimate dinners, walks on the beach, dancing in the moonlight. But if you have erectile dysfunction, you know it can ruin romance, both for you and the one you love. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you have ED, don't let another summer go by without getting treated, because intimacy is one of the greatest things in life, and fear of not being able to perform should not be something you have to deal with. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're ED experts. We've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. Our protocols work when others don't, and we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. You could even last up to an hour or more and perform like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
The Dublin Irish Festival, August 1st through 3rd in Dublin, Ohio. Voted 2025 USA Today Best Cultural Festival in the nation. This year promises 3 incredible days of Irish music, dance, food and fun. Get your tickets at DublinIrishFestival.org before July 20 to save.
Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
My toilet's clogged, backed up too. The sink is running slow. Water's backed up everywhere. Oh, please don't overflow.
Clogged drain, no problem. It's 93 or free. I'll clear any drain or you don't pay with a 1-year guarantee.
It's 93 or free. Guaranteed.
Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. T&Cs apply. Available in app only.
Don't miss Ellie De La Cruz and your Cincinnati Reds take on Shohei Ohtani and the reigning World Series champs, the Los Angeles Dodgers, in a 3-game series July 28th through the 30th. Presented by Kroger Zero Hunger, Zero Waste. Plus, on Tuesday, enjoy another Budweiser 3-2-1 Tuesday with $3 beers, $2 hot dogs, and $1 ice cream cups. Get your tickets now at reds.com/tickets.
Bobby Carpenter here for Germain Toyota. Swing by Germain Toyota and ask for Marcello and discover unbeatable deals and a wide selection of new and certified pre-owned Toyota vehicles. Visit them at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road.
When it comes to protecting your business, whether it's your staff, property, or assets, don't make a crucial mistake by contracting companies that provide subpar and unprofessional service. What you need is a security partner known for their unwavering professionalism and unnatural liability. You need Event Risk. Event Risk is a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company that not only specializes in on-site guarding, but also offers armed security associates and executive protection agents. Event Risk, elite protection for your peace of mind.
Hello, my name is Eric Rose, CEO and founder of Event Risk Security Services. We are a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company providing protection services and consulting to Fortune 500 corporations, movie studios, celebrities, and high-net-worth individuals. If you're tired of fluff margins with low compensation for poor quality security officers and the endless revolving door of vendor staffing, then give us a try. For virtually the same cost, we can then address what keeps you up at night.
Visit EventRiskInc.com.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sports book for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Pittsburgh Steelers and TJ Watt agreed to a 3-year, $120 million extension yesterday. The deal makes him the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. Watt leads the NFL in sacks over the past 5 seasons. Rain was a factor yesterday during the Open and will continue to be one today. 5 players were at the top of the leaderboard after one round. We'll see if someone can pull away from the rest of the field this morning as the second round is currently in progress. And finally, baseball is back today after the All-Star break. The Cleveland Guardians will host the Athletics at 7:10, while the Cincinnati Reds will start a road series with the Mets in New York. You can catch First Pitch over on ESPN Columbus. Coverage starts at 6:40, and we'll join it here in progress on The Fan after the Buckeyes show at 8 o'clock. This update was sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Don't put off losing weight this summer. Reach your goal during the easiest season for weight loss. Awaken 180, the official weight loss program of summer.
Both of these men played sports in high school. Only one of them was good at it. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Plenty coming up. 8:15. We've got Morning Breath. You will hear from someone who I think has an insane idea for Major League Baseball. And then at 8:30, our guy Jeremy Birmingham. He will join us to talk OSU recruiting. Obviously, you can check out The Beat with Austin and Berm every day. Fan YouTube channel. Go get that. It's very good. They're also on 10 Plus. They've got their podcast. They're everywhere. But we'll talk with Berm coming up at 8:30. So I been teasing this the last segment. Might as well get to it. J.K. Dobbins. He was on the 11 Warriors podcast. And they were talking to him about a survey that they did with their readers where they asked who was on the Mount Rushmore of Buckeyes when it comes to running backs. And apparently their readers said these 4 were the picks. They said it was Hopalong Cassidy, who, let's not forget, it's been many, many years. I obviously wasn't alive to watch him play. None of us were here that are on the show. But Hopalong Cassidy was the 3rd Heisman Trophy winner in OSU history. At the time, I believe he broke all the rushing records that Ohio State had. They won a national championship when he was here. He was voted the AP Male Athlete of the Year in either 54 or 55, one of those years. So, that's a guy who had every reason that you could say, all right, going back through the long history of Ohio State football, put him on there. The other guys on the pantheon of the Mount Rushmore, Ezekiel Elliott, Eddie George, and go figure, Archie. So how do we feel about that list before we get into what J.K. Dobbins said?
I don't have a problem with that. I mean, I didn't see Hop Cassidy, so I can't really speak of that. Archie's a no-brainer. Zeke was a really good running back and won a national championship here and had a very historical run. I have no problem with that. And who am I forgetting? Eddie.
Eddie, of course, with the Heisman.
Yeah,
You win a Heisman, I think that obviously puts you in. Now, so J.K. made this case to the 11 Warriors. He said that there's only one running back in Ohio State history to run for 2,000 yards in a season. Literally only one in the whole history of the school. It's me. That's all I have to say about that. He then went on to say Archie won 2 Heismans, Eddie won a Heisman, Zeke got the national championship ring. But we're talking truly running backs individually. There's only one run for 2,000 in a single season. So I think that should get me on. He said if the number 2 rusher in Ohio State history and only 2,000-yard rusher isn't supposed to be on Mount Rushmore, I don't know who is supposed to be on there.
That's fair.
That's fair.
That is fair. My thing is, who's he taking off? Zeke?
You know what? Here's what I would do. If I were doing this list, and I wasn't, I'm not 11 Warriors, but I would probably have said, let's go Archie, post Archie. Because I think the majority of your audience there is probably can talk about that.
Archie, Eddie.
Then I'm going with Zeke and JK.
Okay.
Yeah. I understand that Hopalong Cassidy, and there are others too that were, before my time that I never got to watch. But of the guys, I didn't get to watch Archie live, but I think there's enough actual footage of him that you can see and say, all right, and he won 2 Heisman trophies. There's really not an argument there. Of the guys that you would have to debate about, which after Archie and Eddie, that's where the debate would come in. I've watched all those other running backs from that era on, and yeah, for me, those are the 2. And I would probably I'll say this, I'd probably put JK slightly above Zeke in that, as good as Zeke was, I think you can't argue with a 2,000-yard season. It's as an individual accomplishment, I think I'd probably put him slightly ahead. of Ezekiel Elliott.
To play devil's advocate of probably people that are in the car, I think other names that are being shouted out are maybe Keith Byers and Beanie Wells.
Yeah, Beanie was epic when he was here. And Keith Byers obviously had plenty of epic moments as well. And it's hard to compare those eras. Like, right? Would Keith Byers have had 2,000 yards if he played in the Urban Meyer offenses, right? That J.K. Dobbins did and that Zeke did? That's a very difficult question. He probably would have done a lot more in those offenses because it's a different game now.
But he also played in a time where running the ball was big.
Right.
It's a great point.
Like, they didn't have to worry about quarterbacks taking the runs because obviously Urban loved to have JT run. It cost us a game, but we're not even going to go down that road.
I'm very aware of that. Carlos Hyde remembers, baby. Are we talking about the same game?
No,
I
mean both of them.
Okay.
That was Braxton.
Both.
Oh,
yeah,
that was Braxton. You're right. That was Braxton.
But still,
you're right. Yeah.
Point still valid.
That's the quarterback run in that game. I just pitch it to your dump truck running back and let him go for 3 yards. Why did we not do that? Anyway, go ahead.
Keith didn't have to deal with that, and passing is a big thing, in today's thing, the spread offense. So that was another thing. But, Keith, Eddie, Archie, even Beanie. Beanie played for Tress, and Tress ball was running the ball. So, for the fact that J.K. did it in a style of offense that's more in a pass-heavy style, that makes it more impressive to me.
And we could even argue, we haven't even said, Maurice Clarrett may be the best running back season in the history of Ohio State.
If you're going to just talk about the greatest seasons in OSU history, his would definitely be top 5. That freshman year was incredible for him. And then
Maurice was...
that's one of those seasons where
Maurice on my Mount Rushmore. I don't care what nobody said. We can argue over the fourth. Archie, Eddie, and Maurice is on there. The fourth one, I'll hear it.
Wow.
Archie, Eddie, Maurice.
See, that's when we get into the longevity or single season argument. It's all subjective.
I will just add, Maurice Clarrett is a perfect example of, one, you had to be there. 2, you can't just go by numbers. Numbers were great for Maurice Clarrett, but I'm saying I don't think they tell the full picture because he was injured for half that year. There were games where he was limited. Even that epic Michigan game that he had where he had the wheel route and came out of the backfield and caught it. In that game, he had a bunch of tape on his thigh because he was dealing with fighting through injuries. I just think that was a different era of watching football where if you saw that guy in that moment, he was undeniably one of the greatest players in Ohio State history. But because of everything that came after that, we tend to just go, yeah, Maurice was a really good freshman, and we wish we could have seen what really would have happened after that. No, he wasn't just a really good freshman. He was one of the greatest players we've ever seen in a singular season. And then obviously things kind of went from there. But no, I'll never forget all the grass stains and mud and tape on him.
He was beat up.
Oh, my God.
And still to this day, to me, his greatest play is a strip from from arguably the greatest safety to ever play the game, Sean Taylor, which is still wow. He stripped Sean Taylor.
He was that guy.
The game on the line. He stripped Sean Taylor.
There is no doubt in my mind, and the fields he was on. I think he was the best player on the field in just about every game he played here at Ohio State, including that one, which had a lot of guys. I'm not talking about what they did in the NFL. I'm saying
we're talking straight
in that
college.
moment, in that game, he was the best player on that field for Ohio State because he never gave up on things and he did everything he could to help his team win. And you can argue some other guys in that game. That's fine. I'd be willing to hear it. But that 02 national championship game, Maurice Clarrett is as big of to my mind, if he's not there, they don't win a national championship and it's not even close. No offense to anybody else on that team, but that's a very good point you bring up with having him on the Mount Rushmore. I could see that. All right. Up next, it is Morning Breath. We will hear from someone who should just shut up. Next, T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Well, starting to look a little busier for your Friday commute here. If you're taking 71 northbound heading into the downtown scene, of course, by Greenlawn Avenue, noticing some congestion out there. Same situation for folks over in Powell and Mount Ayr this morning. If you're taking 23 either north or southbound, note some delays out there. And for folks over on the west side, just north of West Jefferson, we have that ongoing construction. So if you're taking 70 in that eastbound direction towards the city, just note some slowdowns out there. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Discover uncompromising quality at a reliable price with Giant Eagle in Market District. Look for signs throughout the store highlighting lower prices. Surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle. Experience value like never before. Visit Giant Eagle today to see how easy it is to save. Life's better with American Family Insurance. Because we know in making the most of your home, DIY doesn't just stand for do it yourself. It also means dream it yourself. And we're here to help protect the dreams you're building. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Imagine what it would feel like getting tackled head-on by a 240-pound linebacker. You'd be in serious pain, right? But if you're unbuckled in a car crash, at just 50 miles an hour, you become a deadly projectile that can slam into other passengers with 8 times that amount of force. Don't let someone else take the hit. Buckle up and visit buckleup.ohio.gov to learn more. Brought to you by ODOT and ODPS.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Hear that? That's the sound of freedom. This July, declare your independence on the open road during RCD RV's Declare Your Independence sale, running July 5th through the 19th, offering all-American savings on all in-stock motorhomes, fifth wheels, and travel trailers. Wave goodbye to ordinary vacations and say hello to adventure. Stop by any of our locations, Delaware, Heath, and Pataskala, or shop online anytime at rcdrv.com. Celebrate the red, white, and blue with unbeatable savings at RCD RV. RCD RV. Freedom starts on the open road.
The sun is out and the savings are on. Now at Coghlan Chevrolet. Lease a new 2025 Chevy Trax for $159 a month. A new 2026 Chevy Equinox, only $259 a month. Or a new 2025 Silverado, lease for $359 a month. See our full inventory at CoghlanChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive. Coghlan has a car for you.
36-month lease with $39.99 due at signing, plus tax, title, and license. 10,000 miles per year, 25 cents per mile over. See dealer for details. Ends 8/4/25.
Let's be honest, we could all use a little vacation from the ordinary. But with Tim Hortons' new refreshers, you don't need to pack your bags. Just sip, relax, and enjoy your refreshing 16-ounce vacation. With tropical mango packed with real pineapple and mango pieces. And strawberry watermelon kiwi featuring real pieces of strawberry and kiwi. Also, try it with lemonade or coconut milk. A choose-your-own taste bud adventure. Head to Tim's for the new refreshers. Your 16-ounce vacation awaits. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants.
Whether it's water heater trouble, clogged or leaky pipes, or sub pump worries, Logan Services has you covered with service calls for just $79. We're fast, friendly, and here to help you with your plumbing projects. Logan Services.
We at The Fan have created a show where you can be a homer, a hater, or whatever you want to be. Your family may not listen to you, but we will. Sundays at 11, it's The Fan Call-In Show presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus. You're welcome.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Have you experienced foot or ankle pain during or after sports, running, or exercising at the gym? Nagging aches in your foot or ankle that won't go away? Podiatric physicians can provide you with important foot care solutions, shoe inserts, or show you how to support your feet and ankles so you're able to compete or exercise comfortably. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and have been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll see some scattered showers and thunderstorms this morning. Otherwise, skies will be mostly cloudy with wake-up temperatures in the 70s. And then as we head into the afternoon, the chances become a lot more isolated of showers and storms. Otherwise, mostly to partly cloudy skies and highs in the mid to low 80s. For tonight, lows overnight in the upper 60s with mostly cloudy skies. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garofalo with your 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
Sometimes it's better if people just shut up. Shut up! It's time for Morning Breath.
All right. Today we've got something from Chris Broussard, who apparently is on FS1. I forget this all the time, but he's on the one show of theirs that didn't get canceled this week.
Well, technically, too. Colin Cowherd's still there.
Oh, yeah, Colin. Well,
yes, I forgot about him the other day.
That's right. Cowherd exists because Jason McIntyre is on his show, and he also is a morning breath candidate often. But here's what Chris Broussard had to say about the idea of bringing the, what were we calling it? Not the swing away.
Swing off.
Swing off, yeah, that they had at the end of the All-Star game. He wants to see that. What if we brought that to regular season Major League Baseball games? Here's what Chris Broussard said.
To me, it is a no-brainer. True. Absolute no. It checks all the boxes. Number one, gimmick. It's incredibly exciting.
Correct.
Incredibly. All right. Every game that went into extra innings would be exciting. All right. Number two, it speeds up the finish. That baseball wants quicker games. All fans want quicker games. You don't have the 12, the 14, the 16 inning game on a Tuesday night when you have to work in a few hours if you're an adult fan.
Okay. One, they bring a net out to stand in front of you. Like they bring out the pitching apparatus that you do for BP.
Yeah.
When you do that, you tell me it's practice. That's not the game, Allen Iverson, not the game.
Not that you go out there something you die for.
Right. So once you do that in a Major League Baseball game, then I'm out on that. It's not a no-brainer. That's an idiotic suggestion.
It's not that idiotic.
No, it is.
It's not that idiotic. It would be more exciting, but I'm a traditionalist, and I think that having the scoring run on second base has sped up overtime.
All right,
extra innings.
I need to compare it to something that I know you're not going to be good with. What if they decided they didn't want overtime in football anymore, and they said, you know what, just send the kickers out there. We're going to have a kickoff.
Yeah, it's just
would you be cool with that?
Field goal contest.
Would you say that that's not that asinine, like you just said the swing off isn't?
Who's my kicker? You got to ask the important questions.
No,
who's my kicker?
No.
Is this the two kickers that I want to say have off the field issues? And that's Justin Tucker and Harrison Buckner. So I can't say neither one of them.
Nope. Hey, you know what? Phil Dawson. Bring him out. He can still
give me Young Wei Koo.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Young
He's
Wei
great.
Koo.
I feel like this argument kind of comes from the people who love the Elam ending when it comes to basketball. If you don't know what that is, that's the thing they do. They do it in the basketball tournament.
Yes,
I know they do it.
The only place I've seen it.
Okay. The Elam ending essentially is, and they've talked about doing this in the NBA. I think that would be a disaster. I don't know why you want to do that. The idea is once the game reaches a certain time period, say, I don't know if it's 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, whatever it is, they look at where the team is, the team that's ahead, they go a number above that and say, all right, the first team to reach this number wins the game. Now, the other team can come back that's behind. They can score more points and get to that number first, but it's untimed. It's just however long it takes them to get to 8 or 10 points ahead of wherever the lead team is. And I've always disliked that because, to me, the game is a timed event. That's what basketball is.
Yes.
That's how it's played.
Yes.
Baseball, other than the pitch clock, is an untimed event, and I think you need to play that out. I don't like the ghost runner, but at least that still allows it to be every guy can come out and strike out, and you could still have a 14-inning game, 15-inning game, if that's what it comes to, right? If no one can get the ghost runner in, it still could go on forever, and that's what I think makes that sport special. I don't know why we have to have drama at the end of every single game. Stop manufacturing drama when you don't need to. Sports have plenty of drama as it is, but that Elam ending is literally there to say, well, it's boring to watch a team win by 10 points. I need a buzzer beater. I need a game-winning shot. Every Elam ending game has a game-winning shot because someone has to hit the bucket to get them over the point total, and that just feels manufactured. I'd rather have the moment be real instead of, hey, every game now has a shot that can be a highlight in a game-winning thing.
So if the NBA went in overtime, you wouldn't want to see a three-point shootout?
No. I want to see them play basketball.
We're going to do shot for shot.
I like basketball.
Shoot for it.
Well, let's do free throws.
That's how we settle it.
Let's do free throws.
Don't we settle everything in on the streets when you playing on the streets? What do you do when you want ball or it's a controversial
That's
call?
to start the game.
Shoot for it.
Yeah, or you. Yes,
that's how they should do.
Call.
That's how they should do NBA overtime. Just shoot for it.
But the people that are pro Elam ending, it's more of the teams that are dribbling out the clock. That's what they don't like to see. They want to see the same basketball you see throughout the game at the end of the game, where each possession still matters. That we're not dribbling out the clock for 20 seconds, then throwing it up because you're up so much and you're playing the clock versus.
That's fine. But you know what? My argument to that is don't get behind.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you. I'm with you.
But also, like, we have that in the NFL where a team gets up by 2 touchdowns and there's 5 minutes to go. What do they tell you? Run the ball. Like,
right.
Who's throwing in that situation? You're dumb if you're doing that. So, like,
you're just trying to run the score up.
Should the NFL, my argument to the Elam ending folks would be then, should we also then in the NFL, when we have a team just running the ball into the middle of the line for 2 yards just to run some clock?
Well, first of all, you're trying to get a first down.
Okay. But once you get to that point where you think you can kill it, and even then, if you've got a 2 touchdown lead, you might be wanting to get a first down, but you're not trying to throw the ball 40 yards downfield. You're not trying to make explosive plays.
Running like a slant or a hitch or a
You're trying to stay in between. You're trying to stay inbounds, and you're trying to get first downs, to your point. But if that's not as exciting to you as knowing that a guy can go deep down the field, then why don't we have something to encourage that? That's where I think this road gets slippery. Let's not try to make every sport ending the most exciting thing ever. Let's play the games. And sometimes the game can be exciting for watching it in the second quarter when a team goes on the big 19-0 run to get the lead in basketball. They can be exciting in a baseball game when a team comes up and hits 5 straight doubles and suddenly they've got a lead now because of that. That's part of the game. Watch the whole game. Don't just tune in at the end and say, well, I didn't get to see a game-winning shot, so this sucked. I don't like it. That's where I feel like we're heading with that. The idea of putting in a swing away thing.
Swing off.
I can't get the name right. I hope I never have to learn it.
Swing away.
I don't know what that is.
You know why?
That might be a website I visited. I'm not sure.
You were speaking of the. It's no better feeling than being up on defense.
Yeah.
And your team is up 14 points.
Yeah.
Because they teach you. This is the best thing. When you make the tackle, you got to act like you just can't get up. It's the funniest thing in the world. Like, you make the tackle and you lay on the guy.
Yeah, you forgot how to. Yeah.
Because you want that clock to keep running.
Yeah. By the way, there's more developments in it has to do a little bit with that. A little bit of gamesmanship. The NFLPA, the head of the NFLPA had to step down. We'll talk about that in a second. But first, Tyvis is going to tell you about his friends at Caps.
Yes, for the one last time for the day, because it's just been so magical. I have to keep talking about it. The moment I walked into Caps, I knew I was in the right place for my NeoGraft treatment. Caps is state-of-the-art, clean, sleek, and built for people who take aesthetics seriously. If you ever been to their facility, it is nice over there. Their technology is top tier, and the whole experience felt professional from start to finish. As men, we hit the gym, which is something I got to do today. We care about our style, so why not our hair and skin too? There's nothing vain about wanting to feel good. Caps made it easy, honest, and judgment-free. No pressure, just real people helping me make the best decision for myself. Make the best choice for yourself with Caps by visiting experiencecaps.com.
So the NFLPA, the head of the NFLPA had to step down. Lloyd Howell, the union chief, he has announced
they fired him.
Right.
Didn't they just come out like a week ago? Like, oh, no, we never had those conversations about him stepping down. He's still going to be the head guy and all that. No.
Apparently they did.
Yeah.
And something else that's come out here is that there was a separate collusion discussion that came out, and it was the other way. It was with the NFL. So we know about the one that came out a few months ago in January that Pablo Torre, Mike Florio found out.
Yeah.
Where they said essentially that Roger Goodell told the owners, you shouldn't pay guys guaranteed contracts. Now, some of the owners listened, some of them didn't. So that was how they got around. It wasn't collusion because not everybody agreed with Roger Goodell. But Roger Goodell in the NFL was asking owners to do that. That seems bad. That was covered up in part by Lloyd Howell. He agreed to not let that get out, and that doesn't seem good. Also, as part of that, there was a hearing about players faking injuries, and where the Players Association actively encouraged guys, hey, if you don't like your situation, you don't like something about what's going on, fake an injury so you don't have to risk it for your team. That also got out. Well, it got out because now people have done requests and asked for more info on these arbitration hearings, and they found out that this also was a thing that he was seemingly involved in or happened on his watch. So between those two stories coming out, it looks like that's what did him in. But it goes back to that thing of, hey, if you're on the ground, just lay there and try to like keep a guy down. That's
get on the pile. Make sure everybody on defense jump on the pile, and you just I can't move.
There's a level of gamesmanship that I can appreciate about that. I can appreciate it when an offense is rolling and a defensive player is suddenly like, oh, I got a little tweak in the hamstring. I understand people have a problem with that. But to me, that level of in the game, I'm going to be a savvy player and use the rules to my advantage to try to help my team win. That is different to me than manipulating behind the scenes, predetermined before games. Hey, we're going to have you sit out as a player. You're going to sit out so that you can try to get, a better deal in the offseason, preserve yourself, whatever. Fake an injury so you don't have to play for your awful team. That is something that seems like, I'm sure it goes on. It's something that seems like it's not good for the health of the game. So if that was being encouraged by the NFLPA, that's not great.
Well, it's funny because they were saying that, he got fired, but J.C. Tretter, who's former Brown center, he hired Lloyd Howe. So they're saying, what does this mean for J.C. Tretter?
Yeah, what is his role with the NFLPA still? Because I know, obviously, for a long time, he was the main guy for the players. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly how this – if part of what I think kept that under wraps, right, was didn't J.C. Tretter have something that was leaked out in some of the conversations that came out in the arbitration hearing, and the Players Association said, we don't want that to get out.
He's the union president.
Right. He had some text messages or something that were part of that hearing that, anyway, those comments they didn't want to be made public, and that's why they agreed, all right, we'll keep all this under wraps. We won't tell anybody that Roger Goodell had been conspiring against the players to not get paid. So because they wanted to protect J.C. Tretter, that never came out until Pablo Torre dug it out, found it, and put it out there. Now all that dirty laundry's out. The players saw that it looks like the PA didn't have their best interest in mind there. They had their own interest, protecting themselves.
Yeah. That's when the collusion thing came out, that's the first thing I said was they are supposed to be protecting the players and looking out for the players' best interest, but this is obviously not that. So what are we doing?
The only way it could be worse for Lloyd Howe today is if it turned out that he got home and said, man, I got to talk to my wife about getting fired. Hang on a second. She's at a Coldplay concert with her boss. As soon as she gets back from that, we're going to discuss it.
Wait, by the way, before we go to break, we need to tell everybody that the Browns rookies reported to camp today. The rookies, them, Green Bay, and the Commanders are the three teams whose rookies reported today. So it's going to be a lot of wrist up for everybody.
Oh, yeah. We'll see what Shedeur Sanders – we'll start to find out. What's he getting? What kind of looks is he getting in actual training camp mode? Because it's starting tomorrow. Rookies report for, among other teams, the Bengals.
Well, Shamar Stewart, he'll be there. He practiced. That's
right.
That's another thing.
He's still not signed. Your first round pick.
But I don't think they practice until
whatever.
To the veterans get there. So if they get there on the 22nd, that went down the 23rd.
We're going to have a lot of Shamar Stewart, Trey Hendrickson. What are they doing in camp for the Bengals? That'll all be stuff we'll keep an eye on next week. Also next week we'll be talking about Big Ten Media Day. A guy who's going there is our guy, Jeremy Birmingham. He will join us in 2 minutes to talk that, OSU recruiting, and more. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, a quick heads up for folks traveling downtown tonight. We do have a ramp closure we want to let you know about. So that Jack Gibbs Boulevard ramp to 670 westbound, that will be closed starting tonight and as well as Saturday night, 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. Crews will be working on some lighting work out there. So a great detour to keep in mind here. Hop on Cleveland Avenue instead over to 5th Avenue. Continue on that eastbound direction. Then hop onto 71 southbound, which will eventually take you to 670 on that westbound side. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
Don't sweat it. Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your air conditioner fast. 1-800-COOLING.
Skyline is introducing a new chicken chili. Come get that world-famous Skyline flavor you love with a new protein option. Try the new Skyline chicken chili on Waze, Coney's, and all your Skyline favorites. At Columbus Skyline locations only while supplies last.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
One of these guys still believes he can play in the NFL. It's T-Bone. He says it's because of his low center of gravity. He's dumb. This is Bone and Tyvis.
Joining us now, the Fan Guest Hotline, he is one half of The Beat with Austin and Berm. He is, of course, recruiting expert extraordinaire, Jeremy Birmingham. Berm, thanks for taking the time, man. We appreciate you coming on this morning.
Yeah, glad to do it.
So the panic level for some, if you read like blogs and, message boards, is like at a 10 out of 10 for Ohio State recruiting. Then there are those who say, listen, if it was any other school in the country, this recruiting class for 2026 would be amazing. And what is everybody complaining about? We have a national championship. Where in between that do you think the right answer is on how worried should Ohio State fans be about where the recruiting class for 2026 sets as of today?
I think somewhere in between those is a pretty good spot to be. How exactly what space in between I think is up to the user, but the reality is the recruiting class for Ohio State right now is the number 9 ranked class in the country. It has been a rough month, not as far as necessarily Ohio State losing its commitments, although that did happen this week with the flip from Jacob Weatherspoon from Avon to North Carolina. That was a surprise loss, but it is a reminder, or I would hope to offer a reminder that it's still July and nobody can make a full decision. Nobody can sign anywhere till December. So Ohio State is playing it pretty safe when it comes to this new era of NIL rules. But knowing what we know about the program over the last 100 years or so, they're not going to allow themselves to be mediocre. They're certainly not going to allow themselves to be hamstrung very long. If they notice and really realize that the other schools around the country are not paying attention or playing by the new rules, Ohio State has a unique ability to adapt quickly. But they want these new rules in place. They've been asking for guidelines in NIL for 5 years now, so is most schools around the country, and it's puzzling, it's perplexing, it's frustrating that as soon as rules and guidelines are put into place, you see teams working to break them. So, they're trying to figure out how to best to approach it. But if it comes down to it, and it's November, and Ohio State needs a defensive end, and there's one out there that they can go get, they'll go get one. But they're trying hard to not compromise on what they think is the right way to do things.
Berm, the other day, might have been yesterday or 2 days ago, the Ohio State lost a recruit, the Jacob Witherspoon kid. And were you shocked by that? And do you think Ohio State was taken by surprise by this, or you think this was something that they anticipated and they are pivoting somewhere else?
I mean, I would say I'm surprised by it because, Jacob is an in-state kid. He's from Avon, as I said. He's a kid who grew up dreaming of playing at Ohio State. He was one of the earliest commitments in this class. He plays a position of need at he's a corner / safety. He's a guy that they really prioritized in the state over the last year. But there were signs that maybe we could have paid a little bit more attention to. Sometimes I think when it comes to in-state prospects, we just brush them off. He did make a couple visits to North Carolina and to Penn State, and did it really without telling the Ohio State staff. And from what I understand, when he was asked about it, maybe was not entirely truthful about taking the visits. That in itself is a red flag that Ohio State had some concerns about. They had conversations with Jacob and his group last month when he was in town for his official visit, but they felt like they had cleared that hurdle. Apparently they did not. And ultimately, the decision from Weatherspoon, it feels like all these things are related, and they are in some way, because it does come down to NIL in a number of ways. But Ohio State cannot prioritize or will not prioritize players the same way that North Carolina will, or Purdue will, or any school that's trying to get its way out of the middle of the pack. And so a player like Jacob Weatherspoon, who Ohio State had what they believe is a pretty fair NIL package put together for, is not going to be valued at the same dollar amount for Ohio State that he would be at North Carolina. And I've heard, and I can't verify it, the people that I've heard it from, I trust, but I've heard that the difference in dollar amounts is somewhere close to $500,000 for 1 year, for a player that is not going to play at Ohio State next year. So it is difficult to justify spending that amount of money if you're the Buckeyes on a player that is not going to play for another 2 years at least. So that's really the challenge.
Berm, are you ever concerned about Ohio State not being able to get the best players out of Ohio and losing them to other schools?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to be now. It's not the same world. It's not the way it was 15 years ago when you were being recruited, Tyvis. Like, the idea of guys who just love Ohio State and will go there no matter what, there's still some of those guys out there. But, again, when it comes to the difference that $500,000, like, that's $500,000. That's hard to turn down for anybody. So, yeah, I mean, it's a challenge. If you look at this year's class, the Buckeyes are not doing particularly well in Ohio by outside perception, and even, but, a closer look at it does give a little bit of insight into it. But the reality is Ohio State has not gone after a lot of the best players in Ohio because they just don't think that they're good enough to play at Ohio State. Whether that ends up being the correct path or not, we really won't know for a couple of years. But the simple truth is that right now inside of the state, it doesn't mean the same thing as it used to kids to have an Ohio State offer, even coming off a national championship, even with everything else that the Buckeyes offer and can do for a kid inside of the state. It just doesn't mean that much anymore. Money matters. And right now, with the open spigot around the country and rules that are not being enforced, if a team can just come in and offer $1 million extra, like, for example, probably what happened with Albert Hill, the number one ranked player in the state, according to most people, who's committed to USC. USC was just going to pay him a whole lot more money than Ohio State was willing to. And why that is, we can get into the weeds of it, but, whether it's the position, where Ohio State sees them, whether it's just hoping for a hometown discount, whatever, like, all those things play into it in some way. But, yeah, it's a different era.
Jeremy Birmingham joining us on the Fan Guest Hotline. One of the things we keep hearing about when it comes to recruiting is donor fatigue. I remember hearing a few years ago about Georgia going through that, where they would call up their big donors for NIL after they had just won a national championship. And the donors were like, yeah, great. What do you need us for? You just won. It should sell itself now. Is there some of that going on at Ohio State? Or is most of what we're seeing with this, that self-limitation that they're doing, trying to abide by the new rules? How much do you buy into that idea of donor fatigue?
None. I don't buy into that at all. The program is extremely healthy. The people supporting it are extremely pleased with where they are. With the people leading it, people like Ryan Day, people like Ross Bjork. I really, and I've heard it from a number of people. It's just Ohio State is intentionally tying one hand behind its back, believing that they're doing the right thing. And sometimes doing the right thing is going to put you in a position to be a bit behind. And, we saw the same situation occur in 2021 when the NIL was first permissible. The Buckeyes were slower to react, but they are oftentimes slower to react. But when they do react, they are better at it than everyone else. So it's just about making sure that the new rules are not actually going to be enforced. And if that's the case, then we'll go back to how it was for the last 3 years, and things will be what they were. But Ohio State, Georgia, Texas, a number of schools around the country have eliminated the collectives the way that they were intended to be eliminated with the new House settlement, and begun to bring things in-house. That's why you have the Buckeye Sports Group. We saw the same exact thing happen with Georgia. As I said, Texas doing the same thing. But that's the way this is supposed to be going. So if it doesn't look like it's going to go that way, what I can tell you is that Ryan Day is not at Ohio State to be mediocre. He's not at Ohio State to lose out on in-state recruits that he wants. The Buckeyes will have to adjust, and there is time to do it. But again, in the big picture, it's with the 9th-ranked recruiting class in the country, a couple players still on the board, and you never know what happens between now and November when it comes to other schools not being able to fulfill promises, et cetera. I think the Buckeyes are saying this makes more sense for us to not make a ton of promises that we aren't sure we're going to be allowed to fulfill.
The Beat with Austin and Berm is probably one of the few things OSU related that's on before us every morning. Make sure you check that out. Subscribe on their YouTube channel. Jeremy, we appreciate it, man. Thanks for the time today. We'll talk again soon.
Thanks, guys. See you.
There you go. Berm, giving you the lowdown on what's going on with OSU recruiting. But the buzzer is next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Well, we are still noticing a crash for folks over on the west side. This one happening on 270 northbound, just past that 70 intersection. Do expect some lane closures out there. Police still on scene and crew members. 270 northbound, looking at your drive times. You got 26 miles per hour. Definitely a lot slower than usual, but a little bit better than what I saw about 10 minutes ago. Same situation for folks if you're taking 70, that westbound side onto 270. Got you at that ramp at 22 miles per hour. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Newman Roofing is proud to sponsor the Fan and 10 TV's Beat the Heat fan drive. Help Ohio's most vulnerable residents deal with the extreme heat this summer. Purchase new box fans and take them to the nearest Franklin County Fire Station or buy online. For more information, go to lifecarealliance.org.
Nationwide Picnic with the Pops presents Journey's music as you've never heard it before. The Columbus Symphony performs Winborn's The Music of Journey. Vocalist Justin Sargent, both a full rock band and orchestra, capture Journey's timeless music. Saturday, July 19th at the Columbus Commons. The Columbus Symphony performs Winborn's The Music of Journey. Get tickets now at picnicwiththepops.com or at the Kappa Ticket Center.
Friday, July 25th is Recovery Ohio's Mental Health Day at the Ohio State Fair. Visit the Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services, the Department of Insurance, and other state agency booths. Come learn about mental health resources available to you and to your family. Join us on Friday, July 25th for Recovery Ohio's Mental Health Day at the Ohio State Fair.
Hi, this is Bob Masheter from Dick Masheter Ford. Thank you to all of Central Ohio as we head towards 60 years of doing business in the Buckeye State. Dad opened up in 1967 simply trying to offer a better way to buy a car, and we've been working ever since to serve our neighbors. We have served you through wars, recessions, and even a Chinese virus. Here is to serving you and your kids and your grandkids for the next 60 years, except on Sundays when we're closed, because it's the right thing to do. Still 24/7 at masheterford.net. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
Make back to school a good deal better with school supplies and essentials for $1 or less at Meijer. Stock up on 24-count Crayola crayons and Elmer's 4-ounce washable school glue for 50 cents each. Crayola 10-count markers for $1. And Meijer 70-sheet notebooks are 45 cents each. Heading back to school with what you need to succeed. That's the good life at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
Master Grillers Unite. The grilling season never ends at Billiards Plus. Come see their best-in-class grills for yourself and check out Central Ohio's largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard. Family-owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
The Buckeyes are national champions. And you listen to it all right here on The Fan. And next year when they do it again, it'll be here on The Fan. And the year after that, well, you know the drill. Always and forever, your home of the Buckeyes. The Fan.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could it be lower testosterone?
Lower T.
Happens to most guys after 40. I was in the same boat until I started using Nugenix Total T2.
Total T2, the new one I've seen on TV.
Yep, it's the next generation testosterone booster for both free and total testosterone. It's packed with even more man-boosting power, sending nitric oxide levels skyrocketing in just 3 hours.
It actually works?
I feel like I'm in my 20s again. I've got more energy, better results in the gym, and things are even better in the bedroom. Send them a text and get a complimentary bottle.
Text now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the #1 testosterone brand at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, absolutely free. Text CASH to 231231. CASH to 231231. CASH to 231231.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Want to know anything about the Fan's contests, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
In terms of the Waffle House menu, Tyvis covered and smothered his opponents. Meanwhile, T-Bone is a chunk of hash who's often covered in gravy. I'm not sure what that means either. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Reese's joining us for a little crosstalk here. Eric, you been to a Coldplay concert anytime recently?
Gentlemen, no, I have not. I have no desire to go to a Coldplay concert, but now they've become the meme band.
That's interesting.
Like Coldplay has kind of given up their, at least to generations now and in the future, will be known as the band that got that one guy in trouble with his wife.
I mean, we were talking about it earlier in the day, and I thought about all the pivot points on this story, right? Where it's like, if those two people just turned around and went, mwah, and then that was it, like this video probably never goes viral. No one even probably sees this video because it probably never even gets uploaded. Because the person taking the video would have been like, okay, that's a normal thing, and moved on. Somewhere in the line of all this, the person who had that video on their phone saw that incident happen, and either at the night that it happened or later on that evening said, oh yeah, I have that video on my phone. And they made a conscious decision to upload the video. And they probably had a moment where they had to think, this may ruin both those people's lives.
No,
I don't know.
That was never in the consideration, the person's life.
I'm glad they chose violence and posted it because it's deserved. I think it's well worth us all seeing.
Maybe 6 of 10 who are about to hear what I'm going to say, when they take a video or something, say to themselves, the internet needs to see this. And I think that's what that person was thinking when they had that on their phone, of the reaction of those two. And Chris Martin, I think, making a comment of what they were doing after being put on the Jumbotron, thinking to themselves, the internet's got to see this. And of course, they were right. The internet needed to see this because that is the content that we desire.
Would you have hit send on that?
In a heartbeat. Yes.
Yeah, I would.
Y'all two are sick, man.
You're telling me if you had that video, well, all right, maybe this happened.
Not doing anything wrong. Those two are in the wrong with this.
That's what I said.
Has your mother ever told you to stay out of grown folks' business?
The grown folks need to keep their business off the
Why
Jumbotron.
can't grown folk behave themselves?
Yeah, that's what I say.
We don't know what was going on. We don't know what this situation was.
We don't, and it's not our place to judge, but it's funny as hell, and we're going to put it on the internet.
It is funny, though.
Okay.
It's because of the way he reacted.
Yes.
He
did a full
they should
like,
just played
180. And he turned his back. First off, you don't
she did the 180.
I thought she ducked down
he
out
ducked.
of the frame.
He ducked.
Am I okay?
She turned around.
First off, you don't turn your back to Coldplay. How dare you? But the reaction of it was too funny to just leave on your phone to take up space in your iCloud.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, there's really no option once you have it on there, unless you instantly delete it. Like the second you took the video and you're like, I don't care about that, and deleted it. Once it's there, either you upload it immediately, you get home after the concert, and you're like, oh, I have this video, and you post it. I just know that it's hilarious to me that it wasn't a PI that got this guy. It wasn't I read your text messages, or there was an email sent, or I found a note. It was the lead singer of Coldplay outed your relationship to the world. Or at least to everybody there at Foxborough at the stadium.
They were being reckless, and it caught up with them.
It did, yeah.
I'm sitting here. We was talking to Berm last segment, and we were talking about the kids from Ohio, how is it a problem with Ohio State recruiting kids from Ohio? And I went and I looked up like how many recruits they got from Ohio, but that's not the point of this question. The point of this question is I went all the way back to 2012, back when I was being recruited. Where do you think I ranked in the state out of?
Were you
you know what? It's 163.
What star were you?
3-star? I was a 3-star athlete.
Okay.
Where do you think I ranked in out
3-star out of
We'll go
Cleveland?
50. We'll go top 50. Where do you think I ranked out of the top 50?
47th.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. You said you're a 3-star. You said you were a 3-star. No, I'm gonna say you were 38.
I was ranked 20th.
Really?
So that's my thing with all of this, because I think of the top 10 recruits from the state of Ohio in the class of 26, I think only 4 are going to Ohio State. You got 1 Penn Stater and a couple in the SEC. That's what's happened with Tressel. I think it was John Cooper, and then Tressel, and then Urban, I think, put it into hyperdrive. You recruit the best. And what we've seen, unfortunately, is the best aren't in the state of Ohio. Yeah. Some really great prospects are, but the best are national. And you've got to cast that national net because Georgia, because Alabama, they're doing that.
Do you think that is...
I don't think it's an indictment of the state of Ohio.
No, I'm not saying
or something that Ohio State or Ohio football lovers need to worry about.
I'm not worried about that part of it. I agree. If nationally you can get the best nationally, you absolutely do that. But do you think when you talk about like the rivalry, do you think that is a little reason why we haven't been winning those games, because a lot of guys may not be from the state of Ohio?
No, because I don't sense that they're going to Michigan either. I mean, it's not like it was with Woodson or it was with Desmond. Like, those were the best in the state, and they went where? And then they came back to bite you in that game. Like, those haven't been the case with what's gone on between Ohio State and Michigan on the field.
But I think, Tyvis, if I understand your question correctly, it's the matter of, is it as important to these players because not as many are from Ohio?
Thank you,
I
Dylan.
think that's what he was
That's
getting
why you are a wonderful producer.
That's fair. But if it was all just Michigan guys, like if Michigan was just getting their own recruits and that's it, Ohio State would be winning these games 50-0. Like, I'm just saying, like the talent level in Michigan, there's got to be more to it than just these guys are from Michigan, they get it.
And these kids growing up in Ohio, if you think from the year 2006 on, Ohio State, Michigan was an automatic win, it felt like, for most years. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you were, beating the pants off of Brady Hoke, Rich Rodriguez teams. Urban, didn't he go, 7-0 against that team up north? Yeah. And against historically great Michigan defenses that put first-rounders into the NFL, he was putting 63 points on them. Yeah. So a kid in Cleveland or a kid in Cincinnati growing up, they're like, oh, yeah, they're playing Michigan this week. But you don't feel it because you weren't around in the 90s when you felt it and you thought about it every single, there was consternation in the month of October and November for Michigan.
Yeah. It was a very different time on that regard. What's coming up, Bishop and Friends, today, quickly?
So our 20 most interesting programs is going to look at Texas. We've got Paul Feinbaum at 10:30. I'm going to try to keep him and Tim May at least as on the rails as humanly possible, which isn't saying a lot. Tim May, Jacob Reimer are going to carry me for the 3 hours. Anwar Richardson, who covers the Longhorns for Orange Bloods, he'll join us at 11:30. Just how much pressure's on Steve Sarkisian to get this right with Arch Manning in year one?
Can we get a wrist up out of you in honor of Shador?
No.
Why not?
I don't have have I have an iWatch.
That's
I have
fine.
an Apple Watch,
that
man,
works.
like the second
That
generation.
works. Just put it up.
It's not flashy.
Put it up to the camera.
Yeah, I'm good. You can do it.
Here we go. Bishop and Friends coming up 3 straight hours. Now it's buzzer time.
Shove it down your throat.
It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings in Dublin. AmishCountryFurnishings.com.
ESPN has said to be out of Sunday Night Baseball. They don't want the package anymore. However, they submitted a bid to get Sunday Night Baseball. It's open for bidding. Rob Manfred said they have received bids from NBC, Apple, and yes, even ESPN, but it's believed their bid is not as strong. Anyway, something to keep an eye on if you are a baseball fan who enjoys that big baseball game on Sunday nights. It's been on ESPN for so many years. NBC wants a piece of it, but it may move to Apple, just like some of the other baseball games have. Find out who wins that going forward. But Rob Manfred said business is good that way. So,
well, if NBC wins that, don't you think they're going to throw it on Peacock?
Yeah, they probably will. You're right. And if ESPN gets it, they'll throw it on their new streamer, which is launching soon.
ESPN.
You're probably right. Yeah, but they'll throw it on a streamer too to promote that.
Well,
All
ESPN
right.
streamer. It's called ESPN.
That's right.
Will you
That's not confusing at all.
Will you get your co-host to do a wrist up for the fans?
Tim May?
Yeah, let's get Tim May.
That's
to do it.
not bloody likely, but I'll try.
Bishop and Friends is next. Have a great Friday. We will see you on Monday. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, once again, another heads up for folks. If you're heading into the downtown scene later today, we do have a ramp closure to tell you about. This is on 71, that northbound ramp to 670 westbound. This will be starting today, tonight, and Saturday. So 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. for some lighting work. Crew members will be out doing that. A good detour to keep in mind here, 670 eastbound to Leonard Avenue, hopping on to 71 southbound, and eventually onto 670, that westbound side. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic. Make it a great day.
United Dairy Farmers, peach is our most popular ice cream. And once you taste it, you'll know why. Right now, get 2 48-ounce cartons of UDF peach ice cream for $10. It's only here for a short time. UDF peach ice cream, made for you.
Get cash for clunkers during the Honda Summer Event at Lindsay Honda.
Listen up, Columbus. Cash for clunkers is big money towards your next ride.
Up to $3,500 minimum for your trade.
Use it for the down payment, negative equity, or keep the cash.
Lease a new 2025 HR-V two-wheel drive LX or 2026 Civic four-door LX for just $299 a month. Zero cash down. Just bring us your clunker. Shop Lindsay Honda, the big Honda store now. For details, visit lindsayhonda.com.
The Dublin Irish Festival, August 1st through 3rd in Dublin, Ohio. The 2025 USA Today Best Cultural Festival in the nation. This year promises 3 incredible days of Irish music, dance, food, and fun. Get your tickets at DublinIrishFestival.org before July 20 to save.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Right now, 18-count cartons of large grade A Kroger brand eggs are on sale for $2.99 with your digital coupon. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Colin, Man, and Timmy here for the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Timmy?
Yeah, we got a lot of fun things going on this month, like karaoke.
And crab legs.
No, not yet. Live bands. We've got food trucks in the outdoor valet area.
Crab legs.
Not yet. On select weekend days throughout the summer. Okay, now crab legs.
And all you can eat crab legs at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Join Penn Play Rewards and play up to $500 on us. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, crab legs.
Oh, yeah, we love crab legs.
Time for crab legs?
Okay, crab legs.
Now at Menards, save big money on everything for your next project. With the largest selection of concrete and mortar in stock, we have the right mix, specially formulated for your project. View our entire selection of concrete and mortar mixes online or in-store and save big money. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use law enforcement siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention, like telling you if you get a speeding ticket, it doesn't end there. You have to pay expensive fines. You can't go to your friend's wedding because that also costs money. And your insurance rates could increase. See? We didn't have to use law enforcement sirens after all. Getting a speeding ticket has consequences. Sooner or later, speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
Hi, this is Bob Masheter from Dick Masheter Ford. Thank you to all of Central Ohio as we head towards 60 years of doing business in the Buckeye State. Dad opened up in 1967 simply trying to offer a better way to buy a car, and we've been working ever since to serve our neighbors. We have served you through wars, recessions, and even a Chinese virus. Here is to serving you and your kids and your grandkids for the next 60 years, except on Sundays when we're closed, because it's the right thing to do. Still 24/7 at masheterford.net. Thanks.
Do you suffer from leg pain, leg swelling, varicose veins, or leg ulcers? Dr. Barry Zeta and Dr. Joseph Senta at Ohio Vein and Vascular Polaris are pioneers in the vein and vascular field. Dr. Zeta and Dr. Senta can perform minimally invasive procedures that will get you back on track to a pain-free life. Stop living with leg pain and start the process to healthy living with a free healthy leg screening. Go to loveyourveins.com or call 614-426-VEIN. That's 614-426-VEIN or loveyourveins.com.
Evan Cohen here. Typically, you don't associate speed with quality. For example, you don't go through a fast food drive-thru and expect a gourmet meal to go. Well, here's an exception. If you're hiring, you can find candidates fast who are also extremely qualified for your job. Just use ZipRecruiter. With ZipRecruiter's advanced resume database, you can proactively find qualified candidates in minutes. No wonder why ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site based on G2. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. That's ZipRecruiter.com/USL.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.